Welcome to SFN, your preeminent source for space and defense news and all things tangentially related. We're your hosts, loyal to the foil here at Houston Mission Control, and we've got Alara of Sirius in low Earth orbit, and we're here live every Sunday night.
Man, are we back in the saddle again, Foil?
Now it's every Sunday night.
Now it's every Sunday night, right? Space
now
Force
it's every
News,
Sunday night.
Sunday night, what is it? January 30th of the year of 2022? 2022, that's correct. That's correct, Alara, it's 2022. What's going on, fam? I am so happy. Foil's making fun of me all day. She's like, you're so excited. It's cute. I know, it is cute. I'm super excited to be back with you guys. I have missed you guys so much. You have no idea. I am so happy to see all of you. What's going on, Suki? Thanks for dropping the cookie right at the opening. Adam, Hug-a-Pug. Of course, hugs for you. And Keshin, like usual. Kanga Anon, Desert Fire. What's up, Bran? Good to see you. Let's see. Jay Brewski's in the house. I see Suiterbug, Michael Scott, Scorico, Claudette Karma, Paula Russo, Jessica Lightworker, Truth in Quest with Aaron Moriarty. What's going on, Aaron? Good to see you. Christina
Hey.
Venture, good to see you. Thank you, Christina Love, and it's always good to see you. Oh, I have missed you so much, friend. So much. What's up,
Yes,
Rainbow
she
Snuggle
has.
Fritz? Well, there's my dancing cat. What's going on, dancing cat? BFOFia, Girly, what's going on? Good to see you. Nikki the Greek, good to see you. Nancy Lucky. Man, it's so good. Patricia Saradol, it is so good to be back, dude. Like, so good, you guys. You have no idea. So, yeah, so maybe we should start by going into a little bit about why we've been missing for a couple of months. So, I'll say a little bit about it. Well, first of all, we had to move twice. So right after I got here.
No, we only moved once. You moved twice.
I moved twice. Yes, I had to move twice in 60 days, which was pretty crazy. Then on top of that, I'm sure some people have noticed a little difference in me lately, that I was obviously going through it a little bit. And I was having some heart issues. And those are okay. Everything's fine. I'm fine. But it was a little bit scary for a while, and it caused me to kind of start to trip out a little bit between the moving and that and some other things going on. So anyway, it is what it is. We're back in the saddle again. I'm feeling fine. I'm doing fine. I'm not sick. Everything's good to go. So I just wanted to kind of clear the air a little bit with you guys so you know what's going on. Better lately. What's going on, man? And I see there's Neo. Thank you for the phone, Neo. Thank you for the cookie, Nikki the Greek. Yeah, so I'm super happy to be back, dude. Did I say that enough, or should I say it again?
No.
Is the audio
Maybe
good?
one
Can
more
everybody
time.
hear me?
Just get it out.
Hi, Morning Flower.
You know.
Huh?
I said, just
happy
get
to
it
be
out
back.
one more time. Tell them how excited you are.
It's been a rough couple of months, dude. I'm not going to lie. It's been a rough couple of months, but I'm good, man. I'm super good. Super good. So, Foil, what's been going on with you, man?
I'm great. You know,
Great.
now that we're settled in here, that whole moving shenanigans was a ruckus for sure.
New
But
digs. Yeah, so
it
Foil
worked
says...
out greatly.
Foil says, she comes into me one day and she goes, I want a new house, like that. This was right after I got here. She goes, I want a new house. It was literally like, what, a week later that...
Yeah, I wanted a better house.
Yeah, she's like, I want a better house. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, And then it was like a week later that we had to move, right? So God definitely heard, and we definitely had to move unexpectedly.
Listen, man. When I talk about DM and the Lord, I'm so serious. I'm serial, man. So serial. Like, he heard me. You know, I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. I want a better house, right? And then as soon as I get it in my head, I'm like, you're fine. This is fine. This is fine. Right? My landlord comes, like, he needs the house back for family issues, right? That's fine. Ended up with a better house. This is great. It's great.
Yes, it's great. It is a better house. It's great. I love it. We got squirrels in the backyard. They
Oh,
run
they're
amok.
wild.
Yeah, I've been even
Alara
talking
wants
about. I was
to
like,
capture. Hold
I don't
on.
want to capture. I want to build a squirrel
Yeah,
maze, man. Why not?
Put what in them? The wild squirrels. Alara has been on this squirrel maze rabbit hole thing. Apparently this is the thing on YouTube. Like, I didn't even know, right? People build squirrel mazes and put squirrels in them. Now I assume these are like from pet stores or something. I don't know. Well, we've got these resident squirrels in the backyard. There are at least 2 of them that hang out all day, every day. She gets it in her head that it's a good idea that we should capture these particular squirrels and put them in the squirrel maze that we're apparently going to build in my backyard. Just so you know. Yeah. So whenever this happens, you guys will be the first ones to know. Believe it.
You can blame Methods. He got me into squirrel mazes. But I'm just saying, I want to build
I didn't even know it was a thing, man.
It is a thing.
Squirrel mazes.
Right? Did you see the Squirrel Olympics video I found? That was amazing.
No. Yeah, but I believe you.
I won't go into it. But yes, Squirrel Olympics. It's a thing. And I just wonder who has that much time, honestly.
Thanks, Suitor.
Can you grab some of these super chats?
Thank you. Yes, yeah. I was just doing that, ma'am.
Yeah, do your job,
sir.
Foil. Yeah.
Jeez.
Calls me sir.
Thanks, Deborah R.
Like
for the cookie.
Thing.
Miracle Girly for the cookie. Joan of Sark, you guys are awesome. Thanks for the gold pill love.
Do you guys think it's bad for me to try to put the squirrels in a squirrel maze in the backyard?
They're wild. I don't know how much they'd appreciate
They're
it,
friendly, man. They're always running around. They get excited
cool.
when we come home.
They do pose for pictures.
Yeah, see,
I don't know if they're excited or they just freak out. Like maybe they're feeling your intent to capture them, and then they just squirrel all over the place. I don't know what's going on here.
I don't know, but it's active back there, man. It's like a squirrel gymnasium. It's exciting.
They are
love it.
Very athletic squirrels.
Yes,
certainly.
Very athletic. All right, so
Theophobia says squirrels love peanuts. We should get some peanuts and make them our friends.
We're not going to have any rules today as far as like how long we're going. We're so happy to be back. Well, I'll speak for myself since Foil tends to be a little grumpier than I am. She's not nearly as friendly as I am. But since I'm so happy to be back, we'll have.
I'm feeling the shade all the way across the wall, man.
So, can you guys hear? Is the audio good? Am I just being paranoid? I'm being paranoid, right?
You're super. It's the Noid, man. It's the Noid.
Okay.
Avoid the Noid.
Right. So, Space Force focusing on fighting.
Thanks, Better Lately, for the EMP. Much love to you.
Aw, thank you, friend. Look, look at me. I'm totally in my heart center right now. Just so delighted and happy to be back. You guys don't
I'm glad you're in your heart center.
Right? Maybe you should get in yours a little more, Foil. It might do you some good.
Sir, don't make me come over there.
But maybe me being in my heart center is a problem. I don't know. It looks that way maybe. Space Force focusing on fighting Space Force guarding orbital gas stations. Here we go, guys. Orbital gas stations. SF Inspector satellites. Musk's brain chip human trials. That's great. We're going there. It's happening. Thank you, Suki, for the cookie. Miracle Girlie says, I need to leave the squirrels alone. Do you want to be put in a maze? I mean, I will let them be
We
free.
kind of are all in a maze.
Look, I'm going to coax them to, this is true, right? The facts. I'm going to coax them to go into the maze with food. Then they can go and they can run the maze.
Maybe that's what this is, dude. This is just like a giant squirrel maze for the amusement of the creator. He took us all, he put us down here like, let's see what happens. It's like the Squirrel Olympics, only it kind of sucks sometimes,
I was watching.
There's like super level 10 hazards, man.
What was I watching? I was still watching somebody's UFO channel the other night, and they were talking to Terry Lovely. For those who haven't heard his story, it's incredible. But anyway, he was telling his story, and my brain got, how it does that. It just kind of got going, and I was like, maybe I've been doing this lately too. I've been going up to Foil, been like, what did I tell you today, Foil? I told you something about, I said, what did we
about us being made in the image of
God? Yes. I said, I don't think they're talking about our physical bodies, man. They're talking about our souls. You know what I mean? I don't really have the words to articulate, but I don't think it's not talking about our physical vessels. That's talking about our souls, which makes total sense. And you can reconcile that with anyway. So, but I've been in this thought process, and I completely went left from what I was going to share with you about the UFO
Lovelace. Awesome
Lovelace
story.
Interview. I don't know. I've just been in a rabbit hole with these thoughts about the creator and UFO. But when does that ever change? That's every day of my life, right? Okay, so where was I? Sorry, squirrel. Falcon 9 second stage to hit the moon. So when is that a thing? Like, they're just shooting rockets up and it's okay for it to hit the moon? That's just fine?
Well, I think it's been up there. Now it's just randomly supposed to crash. But we're supposed to get some pretty cool scientific information from this ruckus. Allegedly.
Okay, well then that's great. That's perfectly fine. Biden troops over to Eastern Europe. Russia moves blood supplies near Ukraine. I'm sure Foyle will be explaining that to us in her big black pill segment of the show. Russia interim nuclear deal to Iran. Russia to launch cyber attacks. Self-spreading virus. That's fantastic.
Yay!
We have
Sounds super
Darkling,
interesting.
Beetle, oral sex. And take a big guess, guys. Who posted that article? So we'll be going into that. Are we 15 seconds behind? I think we're more than 15. I know I'm more than 15 seconds behind at almost all times. So, Universal.
Buddy.
Yep. Yes, sir. Universal, you got me saying all the stuff that you say, Phil. Like, it's true that people rub off on you because she's got me. I say Christian Iraq now. I say, what else do I say? I say all the stuff that you say.
You do refer to the Lord. You say, yeah, buddy. Yes, sir.
I used to call you yes, sir now. So I say, yes, sir. It's funny. I've
Everybody,
taken
sir.
on her little...
Yep.
She's affected me.
Yes, sir.
Why does my chat keep getting lost in the void over here? I don't know what's going on here. Restream is so difficult lately. These stacks. All right, so where was I? I got to stop being distracted, Alara. Okay. 100,000 new viruses discovered by a supercomputer. That's fantastic. Meta's new supercomputer. We got Skynet, Deepfakes. We're going to go into France's UFO report. And we'll be going into some stuff about mysterious beams of light and different ideas about what could be causing these strange phenomenon on planet Earth, where everything is super strange. Yeah, so anything else we need to cover before we head into it? Thanks, guys, for the gold pill love and the cookies. Really appreciate it. Foyle?
And the tailless squirrel story. I appreciate that also. Yeah.
Yeah, so my TV
I'm
just
watching you run amok.
Right. But it's not. But that's fine. I can run amok. I'm excited like a little kid. It's cute. You know what I mean? It is cute, right? I hope it's cute. I hope so. All right, where were we, Foyle? She just trolls me. This is all she ever does. Just gives me these looks and just trolls me and laughs at me. That's all she ever does.
I laugh.
It's good to be doing the show again, Foyle. It's super good. Normally she just bitches at me, but when we do this,
I do not.
When we do this, we get to laugh together and study science and stuff that we love to do, right, Foyle?
Yes, ma'am.
No comment. No humor on that. There's no comment.
With the cookie.
All right, so is it news time?
News time. Yeah, buddy.
I've cut the subtle tactics and put the
yeah. You just got the whole jug of water there. What the hell?
Me, I carry it everywhere I go. Hey, drinking a lot of water is very good for you.
She literally does take it everywhere she goes.
Literally, I carry this everywhere that I go. I've moved on from the bottle.
No
the
cute cup.
Bottle.
Like there's none of that. Just the whole jug.
I'm water freak.
That's right.
Real deal.
That's right.
All right, man. Let's get something done. You know what I'm saying?
Space Force.
Here we go. Space Force focuses on fighting. The leaders of the Space Force foresee the service continuing to become more lethal in 2022, inventing new tactical scenarios in its third year while maturing its organizational charts and carving out roles for outside entities. The Space Force's Director of Staff, I can feel you, Foyle. Director of Staff R. Mogno summed up the service's first 2 years and looked ahead to 2022 in a Potomac officers webinar in December. I'm off to a great start here. Space Force still needs to finalize where to base the headquarters, which is for Space Training and Readiness Command, temporarily at Peterson Air Force Base. The Space Force will double the size of its Pentagon headquarters staff. People on satellites from the Space Force's sister services will transfer to the new service in 2022. The Space Development Agency will move out of the Office of the Secretary of Defense and into the Space Force. It will take along its path for a multi-layered, multifunctional constellation of relatively low-cost satellites made of readily available parts. Partnerships now formalized with 11 universities will get off the ground in 2022. Selected in part for having Air Force ROTC detachments, the 11 also feature aerospace research programs. Chief of Space Operations General David D. Thompson said that the Space Force's training and education needs very, very focused and very, very high tech. As evidence of growing collaboration with other countries' militaries, No? Foil.
See it,
Wingman.
dude.
Wingman. Armagno?
Sure. Sounds great. Probably Armagno, I would imagine.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, it's not Armando. If it was Armando, I would be
I said
saying
Armagno.
It right. Okay. Armagno? Oh, is that how you pronounce it? Okay. Armagno offered the example of... Hold on. I better get my shooter out. My little 6-gun, man, because... You know.
Thanks, Dodie Danny, for the cookies.
I forgot what the different sound effects are. Oh, okay.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay. Where was I? As evidence of growing collaboration with other countries' militaries, Armagno, I still can't say it right, offered the example of Chief of Space Operations General John Raymond's Chief Summit. The summit hosted chiefs from 12 partner nations in 2020 and will grow in 2022. Will grow to 22 in 2022. Space Force's partnering arrangements have delivered cost savings plus opportunities to grow our relationships with the international community. Armagno. I'm not saying his name anymore. Forget it. For example, Norway is hosting a Space Force payload on one of its satellite launches and is providing Arctic communications 2 years sooner than we could do it. Only a few years ago, talking about fighting in space was taboo. I can remember when space superiority, offensive and defensive operations in space, warfighting in space, you couldn't even use these words. It was against policy to talk about these things. Now the Mitchell Institute's Explorer Chair for Space Warfighting Studies, Chilton, talked about the military's changing mindset with Space Force Lieutenant General B. Chance Salzman in a conservation rounding up some of the service's accomplishments. Salzman suggested that provocative activities such as Russia's debris-generating anti-satellite test in November are a natural consequence of military behaviors. To be ready in the event that a very bad day happens in space. What's a very bad day in space, Foil?
I don't know, but that sounds horrible. Didn't I tell you, what I just telling you about China? They got this thing now, right? This like grappler satellite with this like hook thing, snatches satellites and just yokes them up out of their orbit. Like, yeah. Lord knows.
Satellite yoking. I love Foil's wording for stuff.
Very bad day.
They just be yoking satellites and stuff.
They do. Just whack right out of wherever the hell it was supposed to be. Who knows? Sounds wild though.
To be ready in the event that a very bad day happens in space and the country needs to recover. What?
Like they take out GPS and we're all down here fooked because nobody knows how to use a map anymore. Oh. You know, can you imagine
I
do.
The
simple things?
I know how to use a map.
No, but I mean, think about like DoorDash, you know, Amazon deliveries, all of the things that I depend on every day, right? My life would be wrecked, yo. Wrecked. Okay? I'm just saying.
Man, I still don't even know how to use the Google Maps on the smartphone. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'd be using the old school one that Amy sent me. She sent me what do you call it, a Garmin? I have a Garmin. I use that thing. I have to type it. I have to write down that.
It still runs off the GPS. Like your Garmin wouldn't work. Nothing would work. Thank you for the ship, Jay Brewskis. A ship of Armandos. That's what we need.
Thanks,
an Armando ship.
Appreciate that. I don't know why my restream chat just won't load. I'll try to catch up with you guys as I'm able to do so. Where was I? Well, you have no idea because you're not looking what I'm looking at. Right?
Yeah, using the Garmin.
All right, so so the space event where we had a really bad day and the country needs to recover, like Foil can't get her Amazon shipments by drone. Practice a groundbreaking event in June of 2021, the service's first tactical response launch mission. The exercise demonstrated a possible rapid reconstitution capability for the nation. I'm not saying his name. The A guy, yeah, predicted that the service will publicly unveil a new force design for missile warning and missile tracking in 2022 and will continue to evaluate force designs for other missions to help the Space Force prevent bad actors from causing more havoc in space. That A guy again said globally accepted norms of behavior are the first step. From a military perspective, that's important about norms of behavior is what we're going to be able to tell who's not following them. They're going to be able to tell who's not following them. correction.
Miracle Girlie, I swear to God, I had that same thought when she said it. Like, that was the
I know
first
she's
thing
gonna
that
troll
come
me,
into my
so
head.
I'm not looking while I read my
The
articles.
Google Maps, right?
There's probably quite a few people trolling me at the moment, and I don't know because I'm looking at my highlighted articles, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, they appreciate your highlighter, by the way. They're glad it's back.
I did my LBGTQ highlighter today just for you guys, just special for you today. I was feeling myself. I decided to get jiggy with it. You know what I mean?
Now you definitely sound like the Google Maps. She's getting jiggy, guys. The Google Maps.
Okay. Earlier this month, U.S. firm Orbit Fab. Well, then the maps asks you. It says, "Do you want it says, "Do you want us to remember your location?" I'm like, "No, I don't. I don't even want you to know my location." So I hit no. When you do that, you can't just put in the address and it won't pull up where you're at. Plus having a VPN, it's just a mess. So I don't use it. You know what I mean? I just use the Garmin that I'm so blessed to have. Thank you, Amy. I don't think you're out there, but thank you for that Garmin. It really saved my life when I moved here. I didn't know now I know where I'm going, so it's fine. You know what I mean? I totally know where I'm going. I'm fine.
Right.
Earlier this month, U.S. firm Orbit Fab. Oh, hold on. I need my glasses, man. This isn't working out so well. I got these for a reason. Why aren't I using them? All right.
All right, Mr. Freddie Durf. Come on, man.
Orbit Fab linked its first deal to provide a gas station in space that will help satellites and spacecraft keep going after they exhaust the propellant they brought to orbit. It's another sign of the infrastructure being built to help firms and countries return to the moon and ultimately venture beyond. But the Space Force is generating another set of questions about its responsibilities to defend those assets. We're already starting to see so much private industry reaching towards cislunar space and lunar projects. So this refueling, what it opens up, is now the condition that you can travel beyond only the fuel that you can bring with you. Think how limited our travels would be if we could only go anywhere on one tank of gas. Yeah, that would be a real problem. It allows U.S. interests to advance and other national interests. It also raises the specter that as U.S. companies expand into space, how will the U.S. Space Force and other nations seek to advance and extend their defense responsibilities into the same environment? The administration is still thinking about the U.S. wants its role for the U.S. military to be in space. Chief of Space Operations General Raymond said that the role is still being shaped. Hi, Mom. Good to see you. As the nation goes further away, as the world goes further away from the Earth, I think there's going to be a requirement to have at least at a minimum, some domain awareness on that environment, Raymond said Wednesday at the Center for Strategic and International Studies. Raymond and other military leaders have suggested that space should, in fact, be among the highest national defense priorities. Citing Russia's recent anti-satellite test that sent a large debris field hurtling, is it hurtling or hurling? Foil? Wingman? Hurtling or hurling? Hurtling toward the International Space Station and China's launch of a hypersonic missile that circled the globe. U.S. policymakers have yet to decide how to respond, say, to an attack on a U.S. satellite. Countries are showing publicly the threats that they're now building to try to prove to us that they can deny us the space capabilities that we had spent so many decades developing and that are absolutely foundational to not only how we defend this country, but also our very society and economies as well. As the domain becomes more congested, more contested, more competitive, I see the need for rules of the road, Raymond said. But he added, I'm not naive to think that if we have rules of the road that everybody's going to follow. Nope, they're not all going to follow the rules of the road. That's for sure.
Yeah,
bet on that.
That's some shit, right? Alara, do me a favor. Go into the Foxhole chat.
What did I do?
And would you please escort Mr. Freddie Durf out?
Oh, we have a troll? That's exciting.
We do.
Okay, let me
right?
see if I can kick him out. Yeah. Where are the other mods?
Although I think it might even make him happier to be kicked out. We can't kick him out. Only you can.
How do I kick him out?
You gotta ban him from the channel.
Oh, okay. I don't want to make him a mod.
Yes, please. Please do that.
I think I booted him. I think Freddy's gone. I don't know. Was he saying some interesting stuff?
Yeah, real interesting stuff, man.
It's really exciting to get a troll. That's great.
Yeah.
That was the highlight of the night. Look at there.
Right?
All right, here we go. Space Force, where are we at? Space Force just launched satellites capable of inspecting enemy.
Hey, Beetle.
I think you're a mod on this channel, Foil. I think you.
I am, but it also wouldn't let me kick him out. I was trying, man.
Yes, Amazon, my first troll. No, I've had a few, but not in a while. So yeah, that's exciting. Space Force just launched satellites capable of inspecting enemy satellites. Space Force launched 2 additional satellites today as part of its push for greater space domain awareness, or SDA, in geosynchronous orbit, some 22,000 miles away from Earth. The 2 satellites are part of the geosynchronous space situational awareness. This is why I do this section, because it's hilarious watching me try to pronounce these words, right? I'm willing to put money that she set this up on purpose. I promise you.
No, not me.
Absolutely. And you get to cover the cool stuff like Beetle oral sex. You know what I mean?
These are the things I find important, man.
Right? And I get to talk about satellites. Tell me, what about this relationship is fair? I mean, just saying. Okay, so we'll also allow Space Force not to locate and identify objects in the distant orbit, but also maneuver close to them in order to inspect them or assess their capabilities. The Northrop Grumman built GSSAP-5 and GSSAP-6 were launched today at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida atop a United Launch Alliance Atlas V511 rocket. We still have those? We're still
they're great.
Using those? Space
rocket
Force has
power, yay!
Yeah. To infinity and beyond.
Right?
Right. Space Force has not released any details about... I'm not your Woody! Remember that one? Space Force has not released any... Wow. Okay. Space Force has not released any details about how these 2 new GSSAP satellites might differ from the previous 4, which were designed to operate near the belt of other geosynchronous satellites and maneuver close to them to conduct surveillance. A spokesperson for Space Systems Command stated this week that the new GSAP satellites will provide improved SDA data to the National Space Defense Center and other national users to enhance our ability to navigate freely and safely within the geo belt. Man, did I have to highlight a lot of this. Details about the GSSAP. That's what I enjoy, really, is highlighting the articles. I mean, I spend most of my Sundays doing that, and that's just really exciting for me. I mean, it is. That's the highlight of I love space, guys. I love you guys. I love space. It's my thing, right? Chief of Space Operations.
Section, Alara.
Excuse me?
It's all about space. I said, that's why you do this section. The Space Force is all about space and spacey stuff and super space-erific space triots, and that's all you, buddy.
And you get dolphin sex and beetle oral sex.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes,
and
sir.
Sun ejaculate. That's what Foil gets.
Yeah.
Chief of Space Operations General Jay Raymond was asked if he could discuss any of the capabilities of the new pair of GSSAP satellites. In response, Raymond told attendees, "When you look at the geosynchronous domain, it's a very large volume of space that you have to cover, and this provides additional capacity for us." Raymond elaborated somewhat, stating that the new satellites are part of Space Force's goal of being able to identify what capabilities other satellites in geosynchronous orbit may possess. And so historically, the way we have surveilled or had awareness of a domain is we've taken observations from radars, our optical capabilities, and we've come up with an address and space, if you will, of objects. And we've been worried about making sure 2 things don't collide, that we can keep the domain safe for all, which is critical. But it's not sufficient. If you move into a warfighting domain, you have to have more knowledge than just where something is. You'd have to have some insight into what those capabilities are. GSSAP and GSSAP-6 were originally scheduled to be launched in 2020, and it is not known why the launch was delayed almost 2 years. The GSSAP program was originally highly classified and was only revealed to the public in 2014. While the exact capabilities of the satellites are not public, it's known that they are able to capture close-up images of other satellites in geosynchronous orbit. The satellites are designed to drift in and out of geosynchronous belt, collecting intelligence on specific targets. GSSAP satellites made close-in observations of 8 foreign-owned satellites between 2016 and mid-2018. GSSAP is notably part of the orbital orbital welfare End of Space Force tasked with protecting and defending American space assets and deterring adversary threats in space. The few public descriptions
was it orbital welfare?
Yes, orbital welfare. You got that right. That's exactly right. The few public descriptions of the GSSAP satellites and their capabilities would suggest that they are similar to the highly maneuverable Inspector satellites that have shadowed American satellites for years. Russian Inspector satellites are known to be capable of firing projectiles in space. So is that one of your yoking satellites that you keep referring to? The yoking satellites with the claw for yoking?
Yeah, that's China's little grapple bit. That's crazy. They got all kind of wildness going on up there.
What's going on, Koala? Good to see you, man. Yeah, I don't. My stream doesn't want to. It doesn't. My chat doesn't want to. It doesn't want to go down. But that's cool. You know what I mean? At least it went up. I'm just happy that it actually went up tonight. That's progress for Restream. All right, that was...
Yes, orbital equity, exactly. So we're all about inclusivity and equity here. What are we doing?
What are we doing? We're going into SpaceX.
The King of Mars.
Yeah, buddy. Okay, here we go. Elon Musk's brain chip startup about to start human trials. Neuralink, the U.S. neurotechnology firm co-founded by the billionaire entrepreneur, has begun recruiting key employees to run clinical trials for the brain chip to wire human brains to computers. These include clinical trial director and clinical director coordinator with job ads that mention the company's first clinical trial participants. Mr. Musk and his Neuralink partners founded the company in 2016 to develop brain chips that connect humans with computers. He has claimed that the implants will enable paralyzed people to control such devices as smartphones with their brains. Great. His company
Will I be able to order Amazon without touching anything? I can just think about what I want and then it will appear? I may have to rethink this whole anti-brain chip thing, dude.
Oh, man. His company aims... Yeah, it already freaks me out that it knows... It, like, hey, for real, though, I won't type it in or nothing. Like, it's reading our thoughts. And it'll start trying to sell me stuff. Like, and it's crazy because I'll be like, oh... It'll be something embarrassing I've been thinking about, right? Never typed, never talked to anybody. I cover my camera with electrical tape, for God's sakes. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way it could have known. And it'll start trying to sell me stuff. And I'm like, bruh. You know what I mean? Like, stay out of my head. I don't want nobody in my head unless I invited you.
So what embarrassing? Give us an example of this embarrassing stuff.
No, man, we're not going there.
I think the people want to know.
No. But anyways, believe me, my mind being up there, it's a wild place to be. Quite wild. His company aims to provide solutions for many physical disabilities by bridging signals between neurons once human testing begins. The chips have been tested in the brains of a macaque monkey and a pig thus far. Now we're moving on to humans, guys. Isn't that exciting?
What kind of monkey? I'm not serving the technocratic overlords.
What's a M-A-C-A-Q-U-E?
A macaque.
Well, Foil just knows it all, doesn't she?
I'm not serving the overlords.
Know what a macaque monkey is, Foil?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it.
She knows all kinds of random stuff. Yeah, see,
Sergeant like where to find knows. Random ginger ales and all kinds of stuff.
Never leave home without electrical tape. It's in my backpack. It's in my car. She does swear by it. She's always trying to convince me to use it on things. Mm-hmm. Foil will be like, we have this problem. We got that problem. I'm like, electrical tape. That's all you need. Electrical tape. She's like, I can't use it.
She would just graduate to duct tape. That red
duct tape leaves marks in it.
You just level up. It's duct tape, yo.
On the floor. It leaves marks on the floor. You know what I'm saying? You can't use duct tape. That's all I'm saying. And moving right along. So, let's see. Where were we? Just laughs at me. It's all she does is just laugh at me. I'm just a continual source of amusement for her. Ariane 6 versus SpaceX. How the rockets stack up.
I know you love the rocket stuff. Can we just for a second talk about Elon's tweet tirades recently? They've actually been,
great.
He's been kind of on fire, guys.
For sure.
little bit, man, a little bit, right? I'm kind of amped. I know.
Are you gonna share the tweets with us, Foil, or are you just gonna?
Well, hold on. He's all pro trucker and pro freedom recently, and I'm not saying I buy it completely. So don't you accuse me, frightening me, of serving the overlords. But I told you I've been on the fence about Elon for a minute, man. I think this dude is really trying to just balance two crazy possibilities and find somewhere in the middle. Now, I do not agree with joining with the Borg, obviously, but for some rich dude that is just trying to do stuff, man. He's just trying to do all kinds of stuff, right?
I don't trust
his
any
tweets
rich.
have been on fire.
Dude that rich, I don't trust. It's that simple,
man. I don't know though. I don't know though.
I mean, I was cheering him on though. The tweets have been good. The tweets have been lit for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
Jonas Sark
he's
says
got to be
Gorilla
pissing
Tape.
people off.
Does Gorilla Tape? Is it like duct tape? Is it stronger? What is Gorilla Tape?
What Gorilla Tape? Oh, Gorilla
Tape's
Tape's awesome.
Does it leave residue? Inquiry minds would like to know.
Yes, Gorilla Tape is actually Gorilla Tape is like Apex duct tape. It's like it's nice shiny black. You can use it for all kinds of stuff. It's the perfect tape. Foil is jacked. What?
What is jacked? Say that again.
Apparently me. I'm jacked.
Foil, yeah, she's a trip. She is definitely a trip. The Ariane 6 is about to kick into overdrive. Last week, the European Space Agency announced that the upper stage for its planned rocket had arrived at Europe's spaceport in French Guiana. The agency plans to launch the rocket on its first flight in the second quarter of 2022. The milestone arrived after its predecessor, Ariane 5, launched the James Webb Telescope. I didn't know that, on Christmas Day. The Ariane 6 will take this rocket to the next level. The modular design enables the rocket to take on light and heavy launches, adapting to the client's needs. ESA also expects it to be a lot cheaper to launch. ESA faces tough competition from SpaceX, which currently operates its semi-reusable Falcon 9 and Falcon 9 Heavy rockets to provide launch services. SpaceX is already looking ahead to the fully reusable Starship, which can lift more than ever into space. The Ariane family, unfortunately, is not reusable. So that's the main issue with it, dude.
So Europe is trying to fight Elon, basically, over these rockets here.
Yeah, well, I mean, the reusable thing would have been a good idea for them to incorporate. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's kind of Elon's entire selling point, is these things are reusable,
Ariane 6 will send up varying amounts depending on the booster configuration. The two-booster version, known as Ariane 62, can launch 4,500 kilograms, also known as 9,920 pounds, to geostationary transfer orbit, or should I read the kilograms or the pounds? 22,707 pounds to low Earth orbit.
This is America, man. You read the pounds.
I read the pounds. And I don't even know what a kilogram is. I mean, I know what it is. I'm kidding. I couldn't tell you how much it is. Like, at all. Or what is it, kilometers? I couldn't tell you, right? And I love how, like, the people in other countries, I love you guys, but they'll be like, kilometer, there was so many kilometers. I'm like, I have no idea how far is a kilometer. Like, I know, kind of, a little bit, right? But I can't get a visual in my head of how far it is, and that just really bothers me. So
I'm being facetious, guys.
Why can't we all use either miles or kilometers? Why do we have to have differing on this planet? We all live on the same planet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why do we?
Most of the rest of the world uses the metric system. We're actually kind of the oddballs.
We're the dicks. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we should switch to that, and they should teach us kilometers, right? I mean,
they do sort of teach us. Thanks, Amethyst Cap, for the cookie.
All the other countries learn multiple languages too, and we don't.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't even get through high school Spanish or French or whatever.
I mean, think about it though. Like, if you live in Europe, you're surrounded by. I mean, these countries are as close as states are to us. It's the utility of speaking multiple languages is probably greater there. Not that everybody shouldn't learn multiple languages, but
yes, I fully recognize that. But I really think for the sake of us all understanding each other, we should. Did you have something to add?
No, do we have trolls in all the chats? What's going on here?
Do we? Oh, well,
yeah.
that's exciting.
I think I can deal with this one over here, guys.
Do we have mods though? Right, the mods can kick the trolls out. Welcome, trolls. Thank you for coming. In the 4-booster configuration known as Ariane 64, right? We're just glad you could be with us tonight. The rocket can launch payloads of 25,353 pounds into geostationary transfer orbit, 45,415 pounds into low Earth orbit. Okay, moving right along. So I'm sure you guys really needed to know all that.
Moving right along.
In its expendable configuration, the Falcon 9 can launch a similar amount to the four-booster Ariane 6. It can send 8,300 kilograms to geostationary transfer orbit, 22,800 kilograms to low Earth orbit. The Falcon Heavy expands on this with its ability to launch 140,660 pounds to low Earth orbit. See, I'm going back and forth just to mess with you guys. From kilograms to pounds.
There you go.
Back and forth. Right? So you're like, did she say pounds? Did she say kilograms? We don't know. The Starship is set to blow these figures out of the water with the ability to send 100 Tonys. What's a Tony? 100 TONNES. 100 Tonys. What? Why is that so funny? What? Why is that so funny?
It's Tony's. I like that. We'll go with that. That's
what is
great.
it really, Foil? Stop laughing at me.
Like tons.
Oh, it's tons? Why is it spelled T-O-N-E?
It's probably the British spelling, I'm sure. But I like the Tonys, man. We're sending 100 Tonys to space. We need all the Tonys, right? They talk with their hands. They're very loud and persistent. We need all the Tonys we can to go to space, okay? This is important. Get all the Tonys together. We're sending them up there.
Oh my god, did I really just do that? The greatest thing about it is I don't rehearse it when I do this. I really just do this stuff, right? Oh my god, you guys. I need help. Starship is set to blow these figures out of the water with their 100 Tonys.
All the Tonys. Okay? Tony Force. That's
and Maximon coming in with the, hey, you, Tony. Perfect timing.
Fuck you, Tony.
Beautifully done, Max. Beautifully done. Good to see you, friend.
Definitely putting that Tony on the first rocket.
Woo! 220,000 pounds to low Earth orbit. We're never going to get anywhere unless I stop laughing at myself. The Ariane 6 is not reusable. It stems back to a design decision in 2014 when the space agency chose to stick with expendability. France's economy minister Bruno Le Maire admitted at a 2020 conference that in 2014 there was a fork in the road and we didn't take the right path. We should have made the choice of the reusable launcher, Le Maire said. We should have had this audacity. All right, we're going to leave it right there and move on. After 7 years, a spent Falcon 9 rocket stage is on course to hit the moon. Isn't this great? So SpaceX launched its first interplanetary mission nearly 7 years ago after the Falcon 9's rocket's second stage completed a long burn to reach a transfer orbit. NOAA's Deep Space Climate Observatory began its journey to a Sun-Earth Lagrange point more than 1 million kilometers from the Earth. By that point, the Falcon...
I can just see him. What do you mean?
Lit.
I'm not going to space.
Woo! By that point, the Falcon 9 rocket's second stage was high enough that it did not have enough fuel to return to the Earth's atmosphere. It also lacked the energy to escape the gravity of the Earth-Moon system. What's the Earth-Moon system, Foil? I mean...
How, the moon be going around Earth. It's a two planetary body system.
Chipstick on that. I don't know. Wait, I can't stop it. Alright. I gotta be exact about it. You know what I mean? It's a very detailed operation. Earth-Moon system. So it has been following a somewhat chaotic orbit since February of 2015. Now, according to the sky observers, The spent second stage orbit is on course to intersect with the moon. Earlier this month, Gray put out a call for amateur and professional astronomers to make additional observations of the stage, which appears to be tumbling through space. With this new data, Gray now believes that the Falcon 9's upper stage will very likely impact the far side of the moon near the equator on March 4th. As the object is tumbling, it is difficult to precisely predict the effects of sunlight pushing on the rocket stage and thus making slight alterations to its orbit. These unpredictable effects are very small, but they will accumulate between now and March 4th, and further observations are needed to refine the precise time and location of the impact. This information is important because it will allow satellites presently orbiting the moon, the Death Star, presently orbiting our Death Star, including NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter and India's Chandra, 2 spacecraft, to collect observations about the impact crater. NASA deliberately impacted a spent rocket upper stage into the moon in 2009 for this purpose. I didn't know they did that. Although scientists are most keen to understand the presence of ice at the lunar poles, being able to observe the subsurface material ejected by the Falcon 9's rocket strike could still provide some valuable data. It's likely that this will be the first time a piece of space hardware unintentionally strikes the moon. Typically, during interplanetary missions, a rocket's upper stage is sent into a heliocentric orbit, keeping it away from the Earth and its moon. Wow. We got to make that into a shirt, dude. But how do we make that into a shirt?
All the Tonys.
So if you guys have any recommendations about how we can make the Tonys into a shirt, please, send me an email, because we need to know how to do that, because that was great.
At least 100 Tonys, man.
I'm just a constant source of amusement for everybody around me. SpaceX wins a $102 million Air Force contract to demonstrate technologies for point-to-point space transportation. The U.S. Air Force awarded SpaceX a $102 million 5-year contract to demonstrate technologies and capabilities to transport military cargo and humanitarian aid around the world on a heavy rocket. The contract is for the Rocket Cargo Program, a new project led by the Air Force Research Laboratory to investigate the utility of using large commercial rockets for Department of Defense global logistics. The contract, awarded January 14th, was not announced by the Air Force and was first reported by aviationweek.com. This is the largest contract awarded to date for rocket cargo. The contract is not specific to any of SpaceX's launch vehicles. Woo! I made it through. So on that note, we are going to... Yeah, buddy. Woo! All right, man. Hit it, Foil.
Oh, buddy. Right, it's time for the black pill of the week.
It's time for your black suppository, people.
Black, right? Oh,
yeah, man.
Leave that alone, right?
Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
What's
All
up,
right.
Keystone? Good to see you.
Hey.
Yeah, I can see the chat now. Mm-hmm.
Right, there you go. You can watch the chat for a minute.
Yes, ma'am.
You got some trolls. It's all right. It's all good.
Yep.
It's all good.
I'll
Yeah,
drop
so obviously, Ukraine, big story, quickly developing, complete fucktastrophe as far as I'm concerned. So recently, President Joe Biden did say that he was going to move U.S. troops to NATO allies in Eastern Europe, just to kind of make everybody feel better. You know what's crazy, and I didn't put this in here, but I got to bring this up. So there's been some division in NATO, within NATO, about how to deal with this situation. And this is really kind of a crazy situation. Obviously, you got the U.S. like, it's going to be war. He's coming. Putin is coming. Oh, God. It's going to be horrible, right? It's going to be a slaughter. You got President Zelensky in the Ukraine like, would everybody please just calm down? And Putin is sitting in Russia. Now, granted, you don't put 100,000 troops on the border unless you might want to do something, okay? But he's sitting over there like, listen, we don't want war. We just don't want you to let Ukraine into NATO. So they're arguing within NATO about how to deal with the situation. You've got countries sending, Spain is sending frigates. You've got, the U.S. about to send soldiers over there. We've sent 100 metric fucktonies of military hardware over there. I mean, it's been a lot, right? Countries are pitching in, throwing in, like, look, we got you. We'll help, to what extent we can. You know who is kind of fighting the flow on this is Germany. You know what Germany sent Ukraine to help out? 5,000 military helmets. Right? Helmets. Like, life sucks. Get a helmet. Like, F you. Like, that was the coldest thing I had seen in a long time, right? So in the midst of all this ruckus, everybody's sending hardware. Germany sends the Ukraine 5,000 military helmets. I thought that was crazy. Right? Like, if that's not a big shaft to the people of Ukraine, I don't know. But that's just because Germany wants the pipeline. Germany wants good relations with Russia for this Nord Stream 2 pipeline, right? Because they're gonna profit from that, obviously.
Yes, ma'am.
Which is what a lot of this is about. In any case, so now we say we're going to send troops to Eastern European NATO members just to kind of make everybody feel better. Don't be scared, guys. It's okay. The United States still has your back. Don't worry about Afghanistan. We got you. Okay?
Oh, Suiterbug just said, what is 100 metric Tonys? Welcome to the party, friend. What's up, Death by Rust? Good to see you.
So now we're supposed to be sending troops to Eastern Europe, quite a few of them. They are meeting, the UN Security Council is supposed to be meeting tomorrow to discuss this issue and how to respond. So I guess we will see where that goes. But in the midst of all this, if you want to skip to the next article.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
100%. Yeah.
Right.
All right.
In the midst of all this, so we have apparently got some intelligence that now we know that about a month ago, Russia had started setting up like med lines, setting up, lines that they can get supply lines for medical reasons, that they can get stuff to the front if needed very quickly. Well, now we've gotten this intelligence report saying that they've been sending blood to the front, right? That they're sending blood up there. And this would mean, if it's true, because President Zelensky is adamantly saying this is not true, and Russia is saying this is not true. It's just the U.S. that is out there saying that this is happening. They're sending blood supplies to the front in the event that, there are casualties that need quick medical response. So that's kind of a creepy indicator if true, but it just makes me wonder, like, what the U.S. seems adamant about pushing this narrative, right? It just seems kind of crazy.
Yep. Where do you want?
Alara's so disinterested. Like, oh
so,
god,
like,
section.
Yeah. Like,
Obama sent blankets. Exactly.
Right. It's not that I'm disinterested. I want it all to just, I don't know. I just want us to have a peaceful planet without war.
Peace and love.
Yeah.
Right.
I want 5D, man.
Make love, not war, guys.
Yeah. I just want to live in 5D. I'm still here in 3D. I deal with it. I try to affect change in any way that I possibly can. But I just want to go to 5D and love everybody. And that's the truth.
I mean, I get it. But
I just want whatever's going to happen. I want Jesus to come back, or the Jesus in a UFO.
Please. Anytime.
A fleet of UFOs with Jesus. I don't really care how it plays out. I just
not blue beam Jesus, okay?
Just
not blue beam Jesus. I'm not a fan of the whole blue beam Jesus thing, right?
Yeah, totally. That idea freaks foil out, blue beam Jesus. But hey, I mean,
yeah, it's terrifying.
These people are gonna.
Mildly terrifying.
Things aren't going well for them right now. I'm telling you, there's the New World Order's having trouble right now, big time. So who knows?
I mean,
we might get blue beam Jesus.
There was never a chance that they were gonna just stop with the warmongering. Like, when we came out of Afghanistan, Biden wanted to ride that, I stopped an endless war. Like, no, you didn't, buddy. No, you didn't. And then just went right to amping this up. Now, granted, Russia, we talked about this months ago, where Russia had initially gone and started setting up infrastructure, and then they pulled their troops back, right? But they left all the infrastructure there. So, and I had said at the time, like, he's going to send troops back there. Like, you don't just build all that shit and then leave. Like, that's not how this works. Now we're here again. Just got to see what happens. I pray every night for, a spirit of peace to descend upon the world. Like, literally.
Yeah, Amy doesn't want blue beam Jesus either. Amy doesn't want blue beam Jesus. Why? Well, because the thing about blue beam Jesus, we'll know that it's blue beam Jesus because we're more tuned into our intuition and we just know, right? But the sheeple, the sleepers, they're not going to know, and they're going to freak out. You know what I mean? They're going to think, who knows what they'll think? Who knows what they'll do? You know what I mean? So yeah, Blue Beam Jesus.
Alarasaurus.
Yes.
I need you to go.
I have to show them Alarasaurus. You have to go.
Oh yes.
Wait, I have to do what?
I need you to go into the YouTube chat and find this Love Face XYZ jerk off.
Oh, is it sex
shenanigans?
Stuff? Oh, yeah, he's posting sex stuff.
Get rid of this.
That's great. How come the other mods aren't able to get rid of him? Okay, hold on
I don't know.
Second.
I can't
deal
boot
with
him either.
Situation.
There you go, and then you can get Alarasaurus. What up, Patriots?
I gotta show everybody Alarasaurus. That is like the coolest thing ever.
Oh yeah, because you got that on Christmas Day. They didn't see that.
Nobody saw Alarasaurus yet. Okay, so hold on. I gotta mute the stream real quick.
And find this.
Okay. I got it, Foil. I understand. Oh! It looks like he's already been booted. Let me see, just in case I'm on it. Is there multiple of them?
Because I don't have. I can't. I can't kick him out.
I think I got rid of him.
Out.
I think I got rid of him. I think he's gone.
There we go.
Good. We gotta stop the show for all that. Ridiculous. All right, here we go. So, where were we? Alarasaurus. Hold on, guys.
Yeah, Alarasaurus. Thanks, Death by Rust, for the cookie.
Oh, the only people that are going to think it's cool are the people that know about Alarasaurus. You know what I mean? Max will think it's cool. Hold on.
Right? Before she gets back, guys, the reason that she loves this is because she was a blue dinosaur before. Okay?
All right,
now
guys.
look what I found her for Christmas.
So, yeah, Foil got me awesome Christmas gifts. Whoop. And
I didn't tell him anything.
She got me Alarasaurus, guys. I sleep with it every night now. Look, it looks just like
me.
I
wondered if you slept with him. He does look a little.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, I saw one of my past lives, and it was like a dude that kind of looked like this. I mean, basically.
He was a blue dinosaur.
It was a bluish kind of dinosaur guy. He was about 10 foot tall. Anyway, so yeah, Foil for Christmas got me my own Alarasaurus. I have my own Alarasaurus now. How awesome is that? Anyway, I just had to share. In the middle of defense, I had to share my Alarasaurus with everybody because it's that cool.
That's all right.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep Alarasaurus with me while we finish the show. Go ahead.
Hey, T-Webs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where are we at? Russia and Iran. We can go to the next one.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
I'll be quick with this, guys. I know this stuff is heavy and it's a pain in the ass for sure.
Yeah.
So Russia has also been.
Man. Go ahead.
I know. We
love you for it. We need to know what's going on in 3D.
I do feel like it's important. Like a lot of people might not catch some of this stuff.
We're still in 3D. We need to know about it. You know?
Yeah, especially this level of ruckus. Like this is high level ruckus, man.
This is high level ruckus. Yes, very short arms. You're correct, Joe Stark. Very short arms. Little short arms.
Right.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Set it up in cam view, right? So Russia has now proposed an interim deal. As far as the JCPOA, the treaty that they had agreed to restrict their nuclear weapon making capabilities, right? That Trump got us out of. Biden has not got them to, there's not a whole lot Biden can do. So Russia has now gone into the background and proposed this interim deal with our knowledge, trying to get them to agree to some level of restrictions in exchange for a little bit of relief on the sanctions, because we sanction the hell out of these countries. I mean, it's very hard for them to do anything economically with the rest of the world when America puts sanctions on them. That's why you hear all this talk about Russian sanctions because of the issues with Ukraine, because like the mother of all sanctions is what they're discussing now, where they literally will remove Russia pretty much from being able to access the world economic system at all, which would be a problem. Right, it would take away their ability to make SWIFT payments, which is a banking system. It would be a serious level of help. But this is also why Russia is going around making, parallel economic situations with China and Iran and North Korea, because these countries that were heavily sanctioning are now banding together and creating their own way to make it forward without being involved in our directly in our economic system, right? So this is why this is important. In any case, we sanction the hell out of Iran. Russia is now trying to negotiate with them to get them to agree to some level of restrictions in exchange to, for a bit of relief on the sanctions. Obviously, if they do this, it'll be billed as the same agreement that they had made previously, not something new, because if it were said to be something new, it would have to go through Congress again, and the likelihood of them getting it through is slim. So we've got Russia going here with Iran trying to make deals, and our final black pill of the day.
Oh, we're moving on to the final black pill?
Yes, I told you I'll be quick with it.
Yes.
The final black pill of the day. Normally when we get, these unnamed sources, especially unnamed national security sources, I tend to laugh or hem-haw at this stuff. Like, okay, guys, for real, like it's always some unnamed source. In this case, because of the stuff Klaus Schwab was saying over the summer, because of the threat of the cyber pandemic, I tend to take this a little more seriously. Also, when we saw over the summer what happened with JBS Meats, and we saw what happened with the Colonial Pipeline, we know that cyber attacks are a serious thing. Apparently, according to an unnamed national security source, there are now imminent threats being made against critical infrastructure in the United States. And I've seen mention of water supply, like many private companies are being urged to up their security right now. They say that the Department of Homeland Security is warning of an imminent cyber threat against American companies and government agencies because Russia may soon launch attacks against critical U.S. infrastructure, according to this unnamed national security source that told Fox News. They issued a warning last week asking that every organization in the United States step up their security. So I guess we will just have to kind of keep an eye and see. I mean, it goes without saying that if we would put that mother of all sanctions on Russia, this would be a real good way for them to try and get back at us. So I don't know. You know me. Stay prepared, man. Stay prepared.
Desert Fire says, I once dreamed I was eaten by a dinosaur. I hope it wasn't you. I was
Did you eat people?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was benevolent. I mean, I was still me, but I was benevolent. You know what I mean? I got into some ruckus.
I mean, you had to do dinosaur stuff, right?
But it was I was defending a child. So I mean,
right.
Yeah, I did tear somebody up, but he was trying to hurt a child. So
well,
I mean,
I
technically,
can co-sign that.
Technically, right? I did some things, but it was well justified. So I would have to say that I was a benevolent dinosaur. Yes, I was a benevolent reptilian. It's really a reptilian, right? Really a reptilian being. I was a benevolent one.
I mean, technically,
I did kick some ass. I mean, that's just what I do, I guess.
Well, unless you're kicking ass and taking names, what are you really doing, man?
I don't know. That's, I don't know. So here we go, guys. You asked for it.
Nature break.
Subtle affair. To appreciate the complexity of these movements, one must enter the mind of the puffin, like so. Oh, hon, I meant to tell you, last night at Pete's I rolled a full house, right?
Oh.
And I decided to go for it,
Right.
and I got a Yahtzee.
That's so brave, hon. I always keep the odd numbers. They feel so cozy.
Oh, hold on. This puffin got some stuffing for your puffin muffin.
You're so good at rhyming.
Yeah, it
buddy.
just kind of
It's been a
happened.
minute.
What are you looking at, hon?
I kind of felt a tingle.
I'll go get the laxatives.
It's different. It's like, this puffin got some stuffing for your puffin muffin.
Oh, I know what you need. You want to see some boobies?
What, like right now?
Sure, why not?
Booby.
This booty kitty got a cute booty. Let's take it off like we're on a race of duty. This booty kitty got a cute booty. Let's take it off like we're on a race of duty. This puffin got some stuffing for your puffin muffin. Just give me the beat now. You puffin freak. This puffin got some stuffing for your puffin muffin. Just give me the beat now. You puffin freak. This booty kitty got a cute booty. Let's take it off like we're on a race of duty. See boobies like we're in a movie. This booty kitty got a cute booty. Let's take it off like we're on a race of duty. See boobies like we're in a movie. This booty kitty got a cute booty. Let's take it off like we're on a race of duty. See boobies like we're in a movie. This booty kitty got a cute booty. Let's take it off like we're on a race of duty. See boobies like we're in a movie.
So do you, should we?
Yeah. Oh,
Bin
that
liners.
reminds me. I need socks and I need bin liners.
You mean to use while we're like...
Oh, yeah.
Puffin freak.
Yeah, buddy.
Got a cute booty. Yes.
The night would not have been complete without that, guys.
Right? Thanks,
At all. We had to
Amazon,
bring
for the
back
cookie, and Jay
So for
Brewski
anybody
for the
that's
cookie.
new here, that's kind of like, I don't know, what is that, like our theme song around here? The Puffin, and don't
Puffin
ask
song?
me why a Puffin song is our, I couldn't
Hey,
tell you.
woke.
But we're just kind of into it. What's going on, Scott? Good to see you. Yep, we're back in full effect, man. In full effect.
Yeah, buddy, with all the Tonys.
Yeah, with all the Tonys. That's right, with all the Tonys.
All the Tonys.
Yep.
Get
I'm off
out
to
of
a
here.
great
Forget
start.
about
I'm off
it.
to a great start in 2022. Here we go. All right, where were we? So speaking of squirrels and squirrel mazes and squirrel action.
Oh, man.
You know,
This
and I
is
didn't
some
even
serious
pick
squirrel
this.
action.
Yeah, I didn't even pick this, dude. This wasn't even me. So do I make it? Yeah, make it big, Alara.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, this is great.
Yes, ma'am.
It's like the perfect shit right here.
Pulls a little slippery. Yep, now you're on.
See, you can entice them with food. See? You don't gotta trap them.
Oh, Laura's
Hold 'em
making
hostage.
plans now.
There.
That's right, I am.
Still metal.
I'm
This should
determined.
definitely be part of the squirrel maze.
Look at this guy. He's into it. Watch. Whee! Look. Look, and he even goes into like a second move, like mid. Look at this. Impressive,
Oh no!
right? And then he's like,
your
"Whee!"
imagination
Reminds me
is
of me.
moving.
It's like, what the hell?
It's perfect. See, it could work.
I thought
I'm
it
telling you.
was, right?
You entice them with food. That's all you got to do, and they'll come
Is that
in.
what you
They'll
do?
do tricks, and then they'll leave. Well, they will in mine.
We were told peanuts. Peanuts, apparently.
Whatever,
like-
man. We got to make it happen. Let's see what this guy's up to.
Actually, oh, Jerry, what the hell is happening? You know what? No, I don't like that. I don't think I like that at all. Jerry! No! What the... Oh, okay, let's just take a breather. Jerry, what did I just... Oh my god. No, not today. You know what? I'm gonna bite your finger out. God damn it! This is mine now. I'm just gonna... Son of a bitch.
Why do humans always want to narrate animals? I think that's really strange that we like to do that.
Because that
on this
has to
planet.
be what they're thinking. I mean, it has to be.
This guy's great. This guy right here. This is
Oh,
fantastic.
he's super excited.
Happy, happy guy. Oh, just a happy, happy, happy
I
guy.
need that
Oh, just a
dog.
look at that, a happy. Oh, the happy dog. Oh, just a happy, happy, happy. Good my happy,
can watch this all
happy
day,
guy.
except
Oh,
for
just a happy,
TikTok
happy, happy
infects
guy.
my
Oh, just a
brain.
look at that, a happy. Oh, the happy
he's
dog.
so
Oh, just
happy.
a happy, happy, happy. Good my happy.
I can watch that all day.
Happy guy. Oh, just a happy,
Did you guys
happy,
watch that all
happy
day?
guy. Oh, just a look at that, a happy. Oh, the happy dog. Oh, just a happy, happy, happy. Good my
Is that enough?
He's so
That's
happy.
enough. Okay, yeah, that's enough. All right, what else do we got here?
Oh, this is funny.
Wait, we can't hear it.
All right.
See, so I don't like TikTok.
dog is
It
freaking out.
infects
Make
Bark
that
at your
big.
dog.
Can you... Look at him. What? What?
Why do they get weird when you do that to them?
You don't
Bark
understand
at your
what's
dog.
happening.
Man, I'm telling you,
like,
TikTok's a
"What?
virus.
What?
Sorry to ruin it, but TikTok is a virus.
Oh, happy puppies.
Science!
TikTok is an alien virus, to be specific.
Oh, bruh.
Go ahead, Foil. Take it away.
Where are we at?
We're on
This
science,
is
man.
crazy. This is actually crazy. Okay. So you guys know that scientists will routinely take viruses and manipulate them to make them worse, right? Whole gain of function shenanigans, right? This is how we got.
they don't do that. Are
right?
you serious?
Surprise, right?
Yep,
Okay.
surprise.
Right, and this isn't even new, but I had honestly thought that they would have tamped back on this a little bit, all things considered. Now, scientists in the U.S. and Europe are creating risky, self-spreading viruses in the hope of developing viral vaccines. Okay, a new paper has warned. This paper was written by an international team of academics at King's College in London. According to the paper, these scientists are trying to get these viruses in the lab to spread more easily between the hosts. Let me tell you why. They hope that these viruses could be used like insecticides to protect crops, or even used like a vaccine to spread immunity from one host to another. So the virus itself would carry whatever they've now encoded it with to create immunity in whoever was infected with the virus. Immunity against whatever it is that they're trying to make you. So instead of giving you a jab, right, these self-spreading viruses could be encoded to carry the same set of instructions that you would then start to produce upon getting infected with the virus.
That sounds horrifying.
It's
almost,
yeah,
that's like
wildly
worse
terrifying.
Than the plant vaccines.
Than the edible vaccines? Right. Right.
Man,
I mean, you would think.
That plant vaccine thing had me so freaked out. I went back to meat. Well, I went back to meat because, okay, so let me explain this briefly since I brought it up. I went back to meat because, well, Suki, her gravy.
Because it's delicious.
At Thanksgiving, at Friendsgiving, it was off the chain. So that got me started. I kind of slipped there. And then I had been going to the gym, right? Well, that heart thing happened. And so honestly, that's what happened. So that happened. I freaked out and thought it was my diet. It was the way I was eating. So I immediately started eating meat, thinking that if I started eating meat, that maybe I wasn't getting enough minerals or something like that. So I started eating meat. That's how I started eating meat. And then I was going to the gym a lot. I was going to the gym all the time, and I needed the protein anyway, so I just kept eating the meat. But then I started to notice that when I was eating meat, it was making me super aggressive. It was totally changing my frequency. And so I've now stopped eating meat. But I was eating meat for a couple months there. I was eating meat, and that's pretty much why I was eating meat. So there you have it. I just came clean about my meat eating that I briefly did, and it made me savage.
Hello, my name is Alara, and I'm a meat addict.
Right? It did. It made me savage.
Hello, Alara.
Yeah, I've given it up. That's right. Better lately. I'm back on the train. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm off. I can't do meat. Nope, can't do the meat. I can do a lot of stuff that other human entities can do. I can't do, like eating meat. So, if anybody knows, yeah. So I don't know why I went into that explanation about meat, but just so everybody knows, don't worry, I'm back on the vegan track, or getting there. Vegetarian at the moment, but yeah. So I'll figure it out. I'll work my way back. So continue, Foil. Sorry about the virus.
Well, that was all I wanted to say about that. Just that.
The reason I bring that up is because that freaked me out when they were talking about putting the plant vaccines in the plants, and I was like, well, what if I can't get?
Oh, they're not talking about it. They're doing it.
I know. I was like, well, I don't have control over the plants and growing the plant. You know, my whole thought process went left on that. And then I was like, well, maybe eat, but I absorb the energy of whatever I eat, period. So if I'm eating tortured little souls, I'm going to absorb that energy, and you're going to see me start acting really strange, right? So I'm just not one of those people. God bless the people that can do it. I'm not one of them at all. I'm just I absorb things too easily, and it's a problem for me. So anyway, that was the end of my meat lecture, just so it's out there and everybody knows.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
The
what
status
up,
of my diet TED Talk. That's right. I don't know if Alarasaurus was a vegetarian or not. I mean, maybe. I don't know. We just don't know. Okay, I'm sorry, Foil. Continue. I just had to come clean about my meat consumption.
Laura's coming clean tonight, guys.
I'm coming clean about.
Yes.
Yeah.
She ate Tony's of meat.
Yeah.
Is what she
Tony's
did.
Of meat.
Tony's of meat.
Yes.
Right. A friend indeed says plants have souls.
Well, their souls aren't tortured because I don't act funny.
Do we know that?
When I eat the plants.
Maybe they're screaming the entire time.
I could tell by my frequency, friend, that the plants are fine with me, but the
plants love to be ingested.
I cannot eat the creatures. I just can't. And maybe I didn't do the organic grass-fed meat. I didn't do that because you can't really do that in the South. It's just not practical. So I didn't do that. Now, if I'd have done that, maybe it would have been different situation. I don't know because I didn't do that. I was just eating whatever meat, and yeah, it's not good for
whatever meat. Mystery meats.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No Impossible Burgers though. Didn't eat any of those or fast food.
Yeah, that's don't do that. Yeah, the Impossible stuff.
All right.
Right.
Debbie says it's all mental. Yeah, well, I hear you, Debbie, but
I eat meat, and I am not aggressive at all.
it's not good for Alara to eat meat. I'll just put it that way. Right? I know you're not. I don't know. It makes me aggressive. I'm saying
no. I'm super aggressive,
it's
but
me,
I don't have any
you.
baseline
it's
for
me.
comparison, man.
Well, that's my point. Like there, you did see the difference, Foyle. I don't say you didn't see it. You saw the difference between me when I first got here, and then me when I started eating meat and whatever.
I just described it to the whatever.
Anyways, I changed dramatically. My whole, it was very dramatic. You can't deny it.
Well, as long as you're a happy camper, I'm a happy camper.
Yeah. Okay.
More meat for the other meat eaters, man.
More plants. See, Ben Q. Lurkin says, more plants are being tortured by the chemtrails than you know. I mean, I'm sure they go through it too. But they don't, for some reason, eating them doesn't seem to affect me in the way that eating the little beans does. So I've stopped. I've stopped. I'm on the wagon. All right, Foyle, continue. Let's get off me eating meat.
We're done with the vaccine,
that.
the viruses for the moment.
All right. So, okay, so where are we moving on to now?
We're moving on to very important
Beetle
scientific
sex.
information now.
Yes.
Exactly. Right?
Yes, this is very important.
Did you guys know? This is I am so glad that we are doing studies on things that actually matter in this world. I needed to know this. I think you needed to know this. Guys,
absolutely.
The male Darkling beetle actually gives oral sex to impress his female mate.
To impress
copulating.
Her. That's amazing.
Yeah, because listen,
that's great.
If it sucks, apparently, she won't, I won't even rhyme that, but I'm telling you, there's no copulation happening, right? So apparently, researchers
this is actually
have observed,
fascinating. This is fascinating.
Yes.
Truthfully.
Researchers have now observed the pre-copulatory ritual of the desert beetle, aka the Mongolian Darkling beetle, in which the male's mouth or maxillary palpi titillates the female beetle's genital area. Okay? Meanwhile, the alluring female will entice her suitor by thrusting her hips, right, upward in a teasing display of sexual interest, according to scientists at the Chinese Academy of Agricultural Sciences. This is very important to agriculture in China, guys. Now, there's no romance here. They're not going out for drinks first, okay? They get down to business. It's a 4-step thing, right?
Please describe in detail the 4 steps. We need to hear about this.
I will.
Okay,
the male
great.
pursues the female, okay? Then he follows up with oral contact. Then he mounts and finally has intercourse with the female beetle. All right. And this was published in Ecology and Evolution. So this is peer reviewed. It's official. Right. Now, here's the thing. The oral sex was so important to the mating ritual, right, that in one experiment, when the scientists actually removed the maxillary palpi to find out whether it would interrupt the ritual, the results showed that copulation duration significantly decreased after removing the male's little titillating pieces. Okay.
Huh.
So,
fascinating.
To the female, oral sex is life. Beetle. To the female beetle.
Right. So does the female give the male beetle oral sex?
No. No, sir. There'll be none of that.
Only the male
he has to
gives
impress the female. Yes.
So only the male one gives the female oral sex.
That's what's going on here. Yes, sir.
Fascinating. Really?
Yep.
That's fascinating.
And if he's no good at it, she will literally walk away.
Right? Isn't that something? I
felt like we should cover that. Right?
Okay. Yes. All right. So where are we going from here, Foyle? We're going to, let's see. We got the beetle oral sex. Our brains keep us 15 seconds in the past to help us see a stable world.
Yeah, this is actually really interesting. Okay, so we get the sense of a continual flow of images, and it seems very steady and stable so that we're able to make sense of what it is that we're seeing. But we're actually getting thousands of images a second pushed into our brain. So our brain creates kind of a baseline that's based on the average of what we have seen for the past 15 seconds. right? So we are actually operating about 15 seconds in the past, they're saying. If you scroll down to the second link in this article, there's a really cool demonstration of this. What are they doing in the chat?
I just love our people.
I think Foil,
our space rants are the best ever. They're so funny. They're all witty. They're all funny. They crack me up the entire show, and it's just the greatest thing ever. I love them and adore them. I miss them so much. And Better Lately, you are on fire tonight. I just have to say that you were absolutely on fire. So what link am I going to now, Foil? This guy?
That one right there. Yeah, can you make it big, though, so they can see it? This is interesting. It just shows us how our brains, you're going to have to take us off the screen, too, I think. Shows us how our brains will average the image so that we get a stable perception that isn't really there.
Okay. Here we go. Wow, there's no sound.
No, it's just an you'll see. It's an experiment.
Okay.
You got to watch.
Do we have to stop talking?
No, not at all. I actually thought this was pretty interesting.
Wait, we were supposed to start this as an experiment we're supposed to do from the beginning? All right, let's start this again. I want to do the experiment.
Oh, Silent Bob Ross, thank you for the EMP. From squirrels trying to get a nut to beetles doing oral. We missed you too, Silent Bob Ross.
Thank you, Silent Bob Ross. Okay, wait, let's restart the test. I want to do the test.
Oh, Lord.
Here
okay, all right, I'm going to be quiet.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Okay,
we love you guys.
They are the same age. Okay. How old is this person? I don't know.
No, just watch. Just keep your eyes focused on the face on the left.
Okay.
Right? Everything seems legit. Like nothing's really changing.
Right.
Right? No difference at all.
No.
Now look.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy?
What?
Right? Isn't that crazy?
Did it get y'all too? Did y'all see that? Did it get you too?
And this is happening constantly in daily life. We are constantly averaging a baseline of what we're actually seeing so that our brain can make sense of what's going on around us.
So I really look old as hell and I just can't tell yet?
That's no, not unless you're aging very rapidly. But like quickly changing images and stuff, like when our eyes are getting bombarded by thousands of input signals, our brain just kind of averages all of it out so that we get a stable perception of reality.
Well, and that's something there. That's something there.
Ain't
That's
that
something there, fool. That's definitely something there. Yeah,
See?
buddy. All right, so are we gonna cover any of this in the article, or we're just gonna do the
well, that
test?
was it. I pretty much gave the explanation there.
Okay.
They put a lot of words. Don't really need a lot of words.
Yeah, we'll just leave all the words to Alara so she can completely flub the words, and it can make for a great Space Force news show. All right, Universal Kill Switch, man, hit it.
Tech.
All the Tonys, man, all the Tonys.
Tech, this is tech.
Oh, she's yeah, buddy.
Technology.
Yeah, buddy.
There we go.
You didn't get me saying yeah, buddy. I already said yeah,
yeah
buddy.
No, you didn't.
That's not.
I say yeah, buddy, constantly. And yes, sir.
We just had that effect on each other because I already said yeah, buddy. But yeah, okay, maybe I say yeah, buddy now, but more because of you. Possibly. And she is absolutely right. This is Christian Iraq. I got it the other day. I don't know what happened, but something happened the other day, and I looked at her and I was like, bro, this is Christian Iraq. Like, straight up. That's exact. Now I totally get it, and the joke's funny. Like, it literally is. Like, every other day, people invite me to church. Every other day. Like, legit. Like,
it's important.
They invite me to church. They write down the address. Like, every other day. This has never happened to me in my life. Every other day, people invite me to church. And that, like, I get it. I won't go into it, but I totally get it. This is Christian Iraq. Like, it really is. Like, for real. Where we live is literally Christian Iraq. Mm-hmm.
Okay, why is Loveface still in the chat here?
I don't know. Loveface is a superior bot. That's why. Let me go see if
Apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because they keep changing the name there. Look at that.
Yeah, it's
Well,
trying
look
to...
at that.
Whoa,
While
it's
you're doing
flying
that,
over.
let me tell you guys about this shenanigans in
please
this
do.
here infrastructure bill, okay? So, apparently hidden within the million pages.
Sorry. Good to see you, Brookie. Sorry.
Oh, hey. Hi.
Yeah, Brookie's here. Oh, he's going by. Go ahead. Sorry.
Did you get it?
This is
Okay.
entertaining. This is entertaining.
There you go.
got
So
this.
apparently hidden within the bajillion pages of the infrastructure bill, the Biden administration has really slipped in a doozy, okay? They are now suggesting, if this bill gets passed, I mean, they'll make it law, that new cars be made with a kill switch, right? Now, they want to give examples of how this could, be a great thing for safety, people running from the police or, drunk drivers and whatnot.
Yeah,
the police.
Yeah, the police.
They could just shut your car down. Here's the thing, right? Also written in there, these chips will be passively monitoring your driving all the time. And this would be installed in all new cars. Okay? Passively monitoring your driving at all times. So if the Archons even think you're drunk, they will shut your shit down. Right? Now think about this in terms of like Agenda 2030, right? Where we're all in these megalopolises and we're not allowed to travel into certain areas. You start going somewhere you're not supposed to go, they can shut you down, right? How much of an invasion on our privacy and a violation of our sovereignty would something like that be? Like, part of the awesomeness of America is the freedom to travel, to get literally just get in your car and go. Well, what happens when that's taken away too? Like, this is really crazy.
How are
like,
they
think
going
what
to
they
do
could
it?
have done
How
to
are
the
they going to
truckers.
kill it? How are they going to kill it, though?
Well, it's just like back in the day, OnStar, like in 2009,
Right.
I think Chevy was putting where OnStar had the capability to shut, like for stolen cars, right? They could just shut you down. Well, this would just be the same kind of a thing. It would be a chip into the computer system. It's constantly uploading and downloading information from a network. And it's got the ability to cease to kill the ignition on your car, to just stop you in your tracks.
Yeah, like
it's really not that complicated of a thing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
interesting timing on this coming out too, considering
right?
We've been talking a lot about using certain vehicles to get the baddies to submit, right? Interesting timing on this. I'm just saying.
What would they have done? They could have just shut down the truckers, before it even started if they wanted to. Or
that's my point.
Like,
if I get a dirt bike, am I good or what?
I mean, if say they were to pass this, I think they would implement it within a year. Like the next year model cars would have to have this kill switch, so you would just need a car older than the passage of law,
or a dirt bike.
Or a dirt bike.
Just saying, you can get a lot of places
ATV,
with a dirt bike.
Whatever.
That's right. You can get a whole lot of places with a dirt bike that you can't get with a car. So, yeah, that's really
crazy.
Scary.
Yeah.
See, guys, we got to fix our world, dude. We can't let the baddies be in control of stuff like this, because that's not good.
Oh, Lord. How did Freddie Durf come back already? Well, hello, Freddie.
Oh, is
somebody send him with the Tonys, please?
Oh, right. Look at... Boy, they're on
there
fire tonight.
I'm telling
they're
you,
excited
man.
to see us, man. This is cool.
Yeah. Right? Look
they're
at
so
that.
Excited. They're excited to have us back.
Bringing all their glow with them. That's all right.
Oh, man. The comments are lit, too.
Yeah, it probably is Ban Mom. Full of illegal shit they want to make legal. That's what they do, is they can't pass these things on their own. They stick it in a bill with 5,000 pages that nobody's going to read and just wait for somebody to find it. Like, oh, look at this. If they would put this up for a vote on its own, there's no way. There's no way.
All right, so, I mean, what's the target here? You know what I mean? What's the justification? I mean, we really should move on here. We've got a lot of other stuff to go into.
Safety. It's everybody wants to exchange... they'd rather have safety and security than freedom is what this comes down to. I mean, that's essentially the topic at all times. Is there is a growing number of people that are willing to exchange their freedom for a false sense of safety and security.
Not us.
If it's safety and security guaranteed by government overlords, It's really not
space
safety and
kids.
security. It's only whatever they want to give you, man. It's whatever they want to give you. And it's
No
bullshit.
thanks.
Freddie.
Yep. No thanks. Not us spacetrians, right, guys? We're
Fetty.
not down with all that. We'll keep our sovereignty. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm a fan of sovereignty. All right.
100,000 new
Moving
viruses,
right along.
including 9 new coronaviruses discovered by a supercomputer, guys. Yeah,
So
buddy.
this is crazy, right? So they took, and this was reported in Nature, peer reviewed, it's official, it's legit, man. They took 5.7 million biological samples, everything from ice cores to like animal shit, and they ran it through. They ran the genetic sequencing through a supercomputer that was able to go through like 20 million gigs of gene data, right? And they found over 100,000 new RNA viruses, including 9 never before seen coronaviruses, by trawling through these biological samples, right? Now, it was actually 132,000. Of the 132,000 viruses that they found, we only knew about 15,000 of them.
So are these variants of the corona, or are these entirely new?
No, they're a whole gamut. I mean, some of them, they're not variants. I don't think they're variants of the original novel coronavirus, but they're just variations on what a coronavirus is. They're not necessarily derived from what we're dealing with now, but they're variations on the essence of a coronavirus. And that was only 9 of them. I mean, there are like literally 131,000 other types of viruses, probably every rhinoviruses, all sorts of, transmissible things. Thank you, Laura QAnon, for the shades. Glad to see you.
Laura, hi, friend. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming.
But them finding
Yes,
this, them being able to find and catalog. I mean, if somebody gets sick with something that they don't know where it's from, and they, somebody's got a, sickness of unknown origin, and they take a sample and they can run it back to like a sample that was taken from a camel in 2012, and then they can identify what it is. I mean, it'll allow them to find treatments quicker. It's actually kind of cool. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, there. We talk about it all the time. The Russians taking ice core samples from Siberia, like they found all sort of genetic material to try and recreate all sorts of things. I mean, there's a million ways this could be used, but at least having it on file is a good thing, I think.
Yeah, buddy. All right, so where were we? I'm lost in the ruckus.
Back to the Darkling Beetles.
Let me find. Yeah, let's go back to Beetle oral sex because that was great.
Right.
Okay.
Great.
Meta has a giant new AI supercomputer to shape the metaverse, guys.
I'm so excited about the metaverse. Aren't you excited about the
I
metaverse?
had a yay
Laura?
button. Yay! We need more sound
Yay,
effects. I want one of those
right?
soundboards bad.
I don't know. I don't have a yay button, right? I have a laugh track. God knows that's what we need. So, Facebook, aka Meta, has now built a new the world's one of the fastest supercomputers, right? It's called the Research Supercluster. What is interesting about this is that they are going to use this not just to amp up their censorship, which they will do, but this is going to be something that allows AI, instead of using a single type of input to make decisions, like one type of input data, this is going to allow AI and algorithms to be trained to use a combination of like sound, imagery, actions, instead of just one or the other, right? So it'll be able to do more, make more decisions, reach sentience and take over the world, I'm sure, much faster, which is very important. I mean, we need that, right? We need a robot apocalypse ASAP. So yeah, I mean, really, that's it. It's 20 times faster than the machine that they've been using. And like I said, the important thing about this is that it's going to allow it to integrate multiple types of input data, sensory data, right? To be able to evolve.
Are these zombies going to enter the metaverse and we're going to like move into 5D or something?
Maybe.
Because maybe maybe this is the metaverse.
We're already in the metaverse, man.
Maybe we're already in the metaverse and we have to figure out how to escape
the metaverse. We just don't want to go deeper into the metaverse, right?
Maybe that's what
these people will be in a metaverse within a metaverse.
Inside of the metaverse. They're in the 3D metaverse. They're inside.
Well, that's
of
what
the metaverse.
Elon says. When he talks about the chance, one of the things Elon talks about all the time is his belief that the chance that we are in what he calls base reality, real reality, no sort of simulation or no sort of simulation is close to zero, right? So, I mean, according to Elon, the chance that we're in a metaverse, within a metaverse, within a metaverse, and on and on and on is probably great. This would just be deeper down the rabbit hole, man. Theoretically.
I mean,
if you buy into simulation theory,
like
theoretically,
really, everybody knows I'm all about simulation theory, but here's the thing. Like, clearly there's beings out there that are interdimensional, right? If you want to think they're from other planets, you want to think they're just interdimensional and a different frequency or both or whatever, however you want it, your view of it is at the moment, right? So how come all these people can move transdimensionally and we can't? Like, and how come these beings refer to the physical body as just a container for the soul, and you could swap it out? And I'm just saying, it all kind of supports the idea that this is I don't know how to describe it, but this is
your
not
consciousness
reality.
was downloaded into a substructure of a frame.
Yes. This is some kind of photonic illusion. It's a video game, right? And I think that we're these other people, right? But we're in this metaverse, essentially, that we think is real, called physical reality, with our 5 senses. And we decode it with our 5 senses, and we think it's real, but it's really not. We're like these eternal beings that exist in another reality. But I don't know why we do this or what the full purpose of it is. I wish I did know. But it's clearly there's some kind of conspiracy going on here, right? Like, I'm just saying. It's
conspiracy, man.
This is clearly some sort of conspiracy, you know what I mean? Why do they lie to us about everything on this planet? Our history, where we come from. They lie to us about everything. Why? Ask yourself, why? Why? Because
Speaking of them lying to us, we got a video about that.
Yeah, we do. Should we?
We can.
No.
We can. We can.
We got a video about that.
No.
We're gonna go into the French UFO report later, guys, and we're gonna be going into a little bit about
well, it's about that time, actually.
Where things are going in the future, So, do you want to go into that first and then go into UFOs?
Yeah, we'll do disclosure now.
Okay, you want to do disclosure now? Okay, so since we're on that topic, let's go ahead and do this. Oh, hold on. My bad. I'm out of practice here. Big time. No, that's not it. Well, you're just messing it all up.
You gonna play the disclosure bumper?
Yeah, sure. Yep, good job, Alara.
Disclosure.
Imagine everything you've been taught, whether it's through Sunday school or through regular formal education in school, or what our political leaders have told us, and yes, even maybe our mothers and fathers around the dinner table have told us, or maybe at bedtime, about who we are, right? And our background and our past. What if all of that turned out to be not entirely accurate? In fact, the very history of our species, the meaning, what it means to be a human being and our place in this universe. What if all that is now in question? What if it turns out that a lot of the things that we thought were one way aren't? Are we prepared to have that honest question with ourselves? Are we prepared to recognize that we're not at the top of the food chain, that we're not the alpha predator, that we are maybe somewhere in the middle?
I could get like teary-eyed looking at that, only because
that whole thing about being not the alpha predator. is also mildly terrifying to me.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you know, not
like, what is he really saying? You know, he likes to drop breadcrumbs.
But he does. He throws breadcrumbs all the time. And I'll say this: is all we know is that what we're gonna learn in time as we begin to get whatever disclosure is we're gonna learn that a lot of things that we thought are not quite the way we thought they were. Right. So I think it's always good to be thinking outside of the box and opening your mind as far as like what the possibilities could be. And you know, I know for me, I thought the world was a certain way, and then I woke up one day and I realized it wasn't at all. You know, I thought, I didn't know if we had a creator. I believed everything that was on the news. I didn't know anything. And then one day things happened to me that changed all that, you know, and the whole world became a different place to me, and it became one worth fighting for and one worth living in and cherishing. And so it's just, you know, I just think we need to be ready to experience things, hear things, and be able to adapt to the new information. You know what I mean? Whether it be a personal experience that you have or, you know, information that gets declassified or released, to be able to adapt to that. It doesn't necessarily have to change. I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say, Foyle? It doesn't necessarily...
listen, I'm with you. And I like Lou. Matter of fact, just before the show, I was listening to the interview he just did with George Knapp. And he was talking about 2022. He said that there's a lot of information that's going to come out this year. We're going to get a lot of really good information. So I'm excited to see what it is that they bring to the table. He also said, you know, for the people that are like wanting to see, like, that are like immediate disclosure, wanting to see alien bodies and all this, he said, check out and come back in 5 years. He was like, go get a hobby, come back in 5 years. Like, it's not going to happen like that. This is what we're going to get. And I was just talking on, a matter of fact, on Conspiracy Theory Trivia on a Friday, there was, and I almost pulled it for this show, but since I just talked about it, I thought I better not. But they had just said they found a type of carbon on Mars that was specific to life. And they want to do more analysis. They didn't want to come out and say we've now definitely found evidence of, you know, microbial life on Mars, but the chances are good, you know, and like we've talked about here before, I said they're going to tell us they found, you know, microbes somewhere that'll give us the idea that there's other types of life out there. They're going to just drip, drip, drip. That's what we're going to get. And that's pretty much what he was saying too. But I mean, I'm with it. He said a lot of things are going to change, and I believe that.
You know, Desert Fire, this topic comes up a lot about Jesus. Nothing has to change with that. You know, I think a lot of people, they think because I study the books that I study and because I maybe make some of the comments that I do, that I don't have a belief. I very much have a belief in Jesus. My view of Jesus is just a little bit different than the mainstream. That's all. But I'm not going to go into exactly my views on it, but suffice to say, I think a lot of people misunderstand the things that I say with regards to Jesus. I'm a firm believer in Jesus. I just look at him a little bit differently than most people do. But I would say I'm definitely a follower of Jesus, and I don't think that you necessarily have to believe one way and be that. In other words, like, what am I trying to say? I'm not very articulate tonight with this, but I just believe that I don't know. I guess I think where Lou's going with a lot of this stuff and where what's going to end up happening if I were to make a prediction is it's going to be that we're going to find out that our physical bodies were designed and we're altered by beings that are not us. And, you know, does that discount God? Does that discount Jesus? No, I don't think so. Not at all. And not at all from my own personal experience. The experiences that I've had with, you know, the Creator were love. Just seeing into another dimension where everything is love and it's interconnected. We're divided in this dimension. We can't see it. Where it's like we have blinders on. We cannot feel it. We cannot see it. The only way you tune into it is intuition and our experiences with love and whatever, but it doesn't even touch what happens when you're interconnected with everything again, and you can, I don't know. But anyways, the point is, I don't think it discredits any of those things. You know what I mean? So some beings came here and altered our DNA to try to make us progress in a certain way, blah, 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 blah. Does that discount God? Does that discount Jesus? I don't think it has to at all. I just think we have to be open to, maybe things not being exactly the way that we had them envisioned in our mind. I guess that's all that I'm saying. Foil, your input?
I mean, you guys already know I rock with the J train. I also don't, I'm with it. I don't think we the only thing I know is that we don't know everything.
Exactly.
I mean,
that's where I'm at.
And
and you only know your personal experiences, and I only know mine. You know what I mean? And we've had very different personal experiences. You know what I mean? And that's a whole nother rabbit hole. But the point is that, I don't know. I think humility is key. That's Jesus. Jesus was the best example, really, honestly, period, about, I shouldn't be going into a whole lot of Jesus on this show, but like, I read something the other day about Jesus too, that the humility and the love, that's, if we were all striving to be like him, I think we would shift quicker into wherever we're supposed to be.
Absolutely.
And the problem is our world, it's very hard to be like that. You ever really get into that heart space with somebody and then something gets weird? Why does it always get weird? Because we can't be authentic like that in this world the way it's designed right now. It's sad, but we have to somehow as a civilization move past that. Even though we're being manipulated to be nasty and egotistical and materialistic, we have to turn away from that. We have to turn away, and it's going to hurt in some areas, and there's going to be uncomfortable times where people look at you crazy or they think you're whatever, and you have to be willing to deal with that, because that's how we evolve into a loving, benevolent, peaceful, spiritually enlightened civilization, like, in my estimation. So anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. So where would you like to go from here? The UFO report, Foil?
Yeah, I'll be real quick with this, guys. This is 376 pages. So suffice to say, we don't have time to get into all that here. I think we're going to do a show dedicated to this. This is from the Sigma 2 Technical Commission, right? So we have our little UFO committees and stuff that are meeting and research groups or whatever here in the US. This is France's version. And this Sigma 2 commission has been releasing regular reports since like 2013 or 14, and they've got some interesting information. There are countries that won't release information to us that will release information to France. For example, France has pulled some really good information from Chile. They even got information from the Chinese, and they go into a lot here. There are a lot of really good still photos. There's a ton of good analysis in here. The link is in the description, so if you guys are interested, you should definitely go and look at it. But just a couple of interesting things that I found when I was just kind of going through this earlier. So one of the interesting things is, like I said, they were able to kind of work with China to get some of their UFO information. And there's a statement in here that just kind of had me like, okay, this is crazy. They say the work carried out by a similar UAP task force, bringing together academic research community with the armed forces of the PRC, the People's Republic of China, refers to studies of UAP event recovery. Okay, an analysis of weak signals, right, assisted by artificial intelligence. So then they go into that a bit, but I mean, just UAP event recovery from China, like, are we saying for sure that China has now recovered materials?
Event too, that to me, that says shot down. Like they shot down a ship and then recovered it. I mean, is that what it says to you guys? That they shot down a ship and recovered it? That's what it says to me.
I mean, or they could have, found stuff and recovered it. I mean, I wouldn't doubt that they shot some shit down for sure. And then, they're talking about UAP event recovery. Let me find this. And then there's other part where they're talking about metamaterials, which was interesting. Damn, where is it? They were talking about doing yeah. Okay, the first studies by Sigma 2 on the documents identifying the analysis of recovered materials raised several questions. They say, they're looking at the origin and function. What role would they play as far as propulsion? Would they use nuclear energy in this? What are the ejecta materials? But they say these multi-layer materials have amazing properties concerning the reflection of electromagnetic waves, unusual gravitational behavior, and high mechanical resistance combined with lightness. Like, these are all of the stereotypical things that we would think of when we're talking about metamaterials involved in, UFO production, right? And these are known properties. Useful electromagnetic waveguides at very high frequencies or sensitivity to gravitational waves. They go into the analysis of all of this. So we're going to do a show on that. I don't know, next Monday, maybe not this Monday, maybe next Monday, depending. And we'll go through all this. But if you guys want to have a look at it, you should definitely go check out the link. It is in the description below.
Yeah, it's in YouTube. We can start posting the links over on Foxhole for everybody.
Is there? Oh yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of comments in the chat about religion, and I'm not.
Religion is harsh. It's all about personal relationship.
Yeah, you have your personal relationship with the Creator. Whatever your view of that is, you nurture that, you feed that, and you keep that relationship, and and that's that. And stay humble, and I think we'll all get where we need to go, right? I don't think any of us have the full information, and that's that. So, yes, I agree with a lot of your comments in the chat, and I'm loving the conversation you guys are having about it.
And either way, we love you guys.
Yep.
Okay, no matter what.
Where do you want to go from here? Do you want to go into UFOs, or do we have something left in disclosure?
No, that was it.
No? Okay, all right, so let's just go on over to...
Unidentified flying objects.
Yeah, buddy. Okay, first I want to play alien scientist video.
Shout out Jeremy.
Shout out to Jeremy. Yeah, I didn't even know who Jeremy was. And then when I did that UFO documentary, Rise of the TR-3B, you guys should go check that out if you haven't seen it yet. You can get it on like Amazon and like just about everywhere. But it's called Rise of the TR-3B. That was the last interview I did, was with the guy that directed and produced that movie, Darcy Weir. Anyway, Jeremy was in it. That's how I got introduced to him. He's also known as Alien Scientist. He has a YouTube channel. You should go and check it out. I have been in a rabbit hole since I got exposed to this guy. So I got exposed to him by watching the movie, right?
Now, to be fair, I've been telling you to watch his channel.
No, she's been telling me about this guy forever. She's been like, you gotta check out my dude, Alien Scientist. Like, he's like, Alara, you would love him. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I finally go over there and I get in, because like guys, I'm kind of in the woo side of things, but I never really dug really hard into the nuts and bolts. This guy's like doing stuff. Like,
I'm all about the nuts and bolts, man.
And he's really doing stuff. I've been over there learning with these APEC conferences they have, listening to all these physicists, like learning about UFO technology and metamaterials and quasi-crystals. And I've been like, seriously, I've been in a rabbit hole for like a month over there on his channel. Like,
yeah, he's got an awesome website too. If you haven't seen it, he posts all of his research on his website. Like, alienscientist.com, I think. Let me look.
Yeah, like, and I'm all about that, right? Because I'm always the one that's like, you know what I mean? Like, why can't we just build this technology? Nope. Let's just build it. Why are we waiting for them to release it? Blah, 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 blah. And then I discover Jeremy, and he's actually over there trying to do that, right? And trying to educate people about UFO science, right? And it's like, I don't know. It's super cool. So big shout out to Jeremy, man. I'm really glad that I found out who you were and started paying attention to your content, because it's awesome. So anyways, that leads back to this UFO video.
Yeah, I was right. Sorry, so alienscientist.com. Guys.
So he put and if you can find him on YouTube, guys, under Alien Scientist. Anyway, so yeah, he posted this on UFO Twitter. This video is fascinating. So I'm going to show you guys what's up with this. Let me get us off the screen so you can see the whole thing. But check this out. So this was like maybe a week ago that he tweeted this out. Like, this is just bizarre, Foil. Like, straight up. Like, what?
It is something.
Those are two Blackhawks. They look like they're towing an orb. Right? And what's the thing in the back?
Escort.
Is that another
they look like they're
Blackhawk?
escorting.
And then what was that all about?
Well, the cloud
right,
diffused
but
the light
hold on.
as it went through it, but
Right, but
it
I
looked
mean,
like they were escorting it for sure.
they look like they're towing it to me. There's 3 of them. There's 3 Blackhawks. Either towing or escorting what looks like an orb. I mean, the light's shining on the ground, Foil. So is that... Could that be another Blackhawk with
a
bright
spotlight?
lights? Right? Is that could that be one of our vehicles with a spotlight? What do you guys think? I mean, I don't know what to think of this, but it's definitely fascinating. Like, and if it is an orb, or even if it is a UFO, right? Like, I've seen a couple videos now that looked like us escorting a UFO.
Oh, multiple videos.
Right. And some of them could be not legit, right? Like, I didn't have them all analyzed. But, like, if they're starting to openly escort UFOs, that's a positive sign. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think it's some kind of trick of lighting, or do you think these Blackhawks are escorting a UFO? Just what it looks like. I don't know. I'm curious what your opinions are, guys. I don't know what to think about this video, but I think it's very interesting, to say the least. So, shout out to alien scientists, man. I love your work that you're doing over there, man. I can't say enough. Like, that's awesome. The stuff that you're doing over there. Like, all the stuff that I'm always preaching to other people that needs to be done, that people need to do, that you're actually over there doing it, man. So, big shout out to you. For sure. All right, so... Of course, we have to go and get on UFO Reddit and check out and see what's there. Something strange on
Reddit
FLIR.
Recon, man.
Reddit Recon, man. A flying object that was invisible to the naked eye, but somehow managed to show up on that FLIR because it was emanating heat. Where's the play button, dude? Oh. Where's the sound? Let's get us off the screen. Yeah, Shepherding Shepherd says the bright light is the spotlight. I mean, it could be. It could be just the angle that it's shot. Like, you know, it's just a spotlight. You know, but it's... I don't know. I have a hard time buying that we're openly escorting UFOs with choppers.
I don't
and
know.
jets.
That's why they're unidentified. Who knows?
That's why we play these videos, so everybody can look at it and we can all, you know, try to make an assessment of what we're seeing. Because I certainly don't have all the answers. I don't think anybody does. Yeah, I don't know. So they couldn't see this with the naked eye? Is that what's going on here?
Apparently not. We need some sort of
what?
Night vision stuff. That'd be
I
great.
need some of that. That would be great. Okay, where are we going from here? Okay, so this is interesting. I was checking out Scott's channel. Shout out to Scott at UFO Sightings Daily, and so they found like this disc thing in South Africa, and I'm trying. You know what it looks like to me is Bob Hope's roof in Palm Springs. That's what Bob Hope's roof looks like. I swear to God. No lie.
Hey guys,
we
I'm
found
back,
Bob Hope.
and I got something for you directly from South Africa.
Bob Hope transplanted his house from Palm Springs to
Obviously,
South
that's
Africa.
what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
This is in the desert, far out there beyond any cities or towns. There is a metallic alien disc hidden behind some trees. Hey guys, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit it. Really trying to get more subscribers. If you can help me by sharing the video, sharing information so we can have more of a reach, teach more people about the things that exist out there that we don't know about yet. Okay, this is South Africa. Let's zoom in and show you the UFO.
Yes, let's zoom in.
Right over here. As we look closer,
It is out in the
you
middle
can
of
see
nowhere.
there's some roads going up here, some trails back here from animals or something. But this is some kind of metallic disc. Now, what I'm going to do is look at the past to see if it's still there. Okay, I just hit the cursor down here on
Man, can you imagine Aurelius Locke, a bunch of people running around with predator masks that could see all spectrums of light? Like, how scary would the world be then? Like, it ain't scary enough.
Do you see that right down here? Now, come up here. Nothing there, right? Nothing. There's nothing there. There is kind of something round happening there. Is that a landing site? That might be a traditional landing site. This is 2008. Nothing there. 2010.
There, right?
There's a road. There's an access area, but there's nothing there. Very strange. 2010. Still nothing there. Let's just jump forward. Oh, there's something there. There is
maybe they
something there
right?
suddenly in 2015.
That's what I'm
Let's
thinking,
move forward. What the hell? I didn't even see this before.
What the hell?
Okay, the disc is right here, but there's a huge circle going around it. Is that like a radioactive area that hurt the plants or bushes or changed things? You know, like a crop circle? Move forward. The circle's gone, but the craft is still there. Ooh, there's some cars over there too. There's some cars. And on this photo in 2015, you can really see very clearly this is a metallic disc with a hump on the top. Very strange, guys. So cool. What's going on here? Let's zoom out.
I love his narration. I'm just saying, it's
Right?
kind of weird, man.
It's in the middle of nowhere.
sure.
They built a road up to it. Maybe they had to dig it up. Who knows?
I don't know. Maybe they uncovered it or something. I don't know. It is kind of weird. I will say that. Definitely kind of weird.
Just
Okay, so-
random road, the middle of
right? So what's
freaking
this?
nowhere there.
UFO seen at Bullhead City, Arizona, January 18th, 2022.
You show the peeps.
This guy's on his boat. He's on his boat. I think. Yeah, it does, Lucid Leopard. Looks like the top of a large buried saucer, that last one. I don't know.
It's not moving.
Good night, Christina. Glad to have you back.
Good night.
I miss your energy
That
when
is
you're not around.
Strange.
Truth.
It's where we've had UFO
And you speak
sightings.
mantid,
It's probably
so
over
that's
Yucca.
pretty cool.
Right?
She does.
We need a translator.
How many people you know can speak mantid? Just
Yeah,
saying.
one apparently.
Christina.
Just one.
That's like next level there. I can't speak ET languages and stuff.
I mean, you talk to the ant people.
I mean, yeah, I'm out there, man. I don't realize it till I get out in the world, Boyle.
Night suitor.
And I try to talk to people, and then I'm like, man, you're all the way on another track. Like, you just,
That's why I just stay in the
you
cave,
just smile.
man.
Like, okay, because I can't. It's
You
better if I
tell
just
me,
don't talk,
folks.
truthfully.
There's a lot of Tonys out there, you know?
I scare people. They're not ready for some of the stuff I say. That's fine.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, I don't know, but it reminds me of the ship that I taped above contract. Not the TR-3B, but the other one, the ET ship that I was taping before I got that other stuff on tape. That's kind of what it reminds me of. They do that stuff. Something about the propulsion system, dude. They have this. It just, man, I have like no words tonight to describe what I'm trying to say. But it does this, like, it looks like almost like a pulsating, rotating. It's something about
like a shimmery.
It throws off a field, yeah, that has that effect. In my estimation, just from the ships I've seen. So, anybody else familiar with what I'm talking about? Suitor about going to bed too. Good night, Suitor.
Yes.
Okay, what do we got
so
here?
which one is this one?
Going down.
I don't know, but I'd be tripping if I saw. You saw something kind of like this. I don't really trip on spaceships anymore. That's because I've seen quite a few.
Well, I was in the middle of nowhere and it was like 3 a.m. So I didn't know what was about to happen.
Except not in South Carolina. Apparently, spaceships don't come to Christian Iraq.
I was down here when I seen them. That thing.
Well, they don't. They've all but left my life since I got here.
And remember, I got them pictures. I took actually really good pictures at the other house. You were at work that day.
That one's scooting out.
Frequency.
Is that an airplane?
I think it's my frequency. That's why I stopped seeing stuff for a while. So,
hey, Whiskey Blue.
I'm trying to work on that now. I'm trying to work on raising my vibration again so that I can interact with the space friends.
And those are different. Yeah, those are huge.
Right.
Oh my god.
So is that 3 separate things, or is that one triangular ship up there?
No, because they were moving earlier.
I don't know.
And look,
There's
that's the
planes
size
come
of
in
a
to check
light,
it out.
those red lights.
It feels like we're really close.
I know, they're moving around. What is that?
So is that a Merkaba? Somebody just said, looks like a Merkaba spinning. Zan Yoga. So is that what it is when I'm seeing ships that throw off that field? Is that a Merkaba and not a physical nuts and bolts ship?
Probably. Maybe.
That resonates.
I don't know.
That is what it is.
I don't know. I mean,
so if it's a Merkaba, then what does it mean? If it's a Merkaba, it's a being? It's not a ship? Like, I'm trying to understand that. Like, my understanding of that is very limited. You know? Can anybody out there answer me with that? So if it's a Merkaba, is it... See, there's so many mysteries about this world that we don't understand, guys. This universe, the creation, like, that we just don't get. I'm sure we'll get it when we get to wherever we're going. You know what I mean? But, like, right now, you have to really... I don't know, like...
Any of these ships that are flying in this manner are going to have to create some sort of field around them. And the field is going to distort the way that light passes through the field.
Right.
Which is going to affect the way our eyes perceive it. So it's going to make some sort of an impact, which might be why you get the weird shimmer or whatever. Like if it's in motion. Now I don't know how that works. I mean, that's
the ship is the being, right? So I mean, well, here's my point. If there's beings that can travel around in their Merkaba and it's their ship, right? So maybe we can do this when we leave this physical vessel. Maybe. Right? I don't know. Maybe there's people that can do it when they're in their physical vessel. But my point is that when we leave the physical vessel and we die a physical death, whatever that next dimension is that we go to, maybe we'll be able to use our Merkaba to travel. And then when we come into, I don't know, 3D reality, that's what it looks like to people that are, I don't know. I'm trying to wrap my mind around stuff that I just can't. And, you know, but I never stop trying. So, ever. Can't help it. I want to understand. I want to understand while I'm still physically incarnate. You know?
Merkaba.
You guys?
It says Hard Knocks PhD. Merkaba.
Yeah. Merkaba or Merkaba? We know I can't pronounce
Merkaba.
anything. All right. Well, let's check this video.
Which one is this?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, that one's zooming.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but I want to travel in my Merkaba. So whoever can teach me how to do that, you know, let's hang out. Because that's what I want to do. All right, so this is the Impossible channel. This is interesting. Foil sent me this.
Well, this is sort of what happened in Oak Cliff, Texas just a couple of weeks ago, and the video was posted to TikTok, Facebook, and many other social media.
I thought it was
and
a
it
light
left
pole at
viewers
first, but
completely
now
baffled.
I don't know.
Check this out.
Tell me what that is, y'all. Y'all can't tell me that ain't no UFO.
I thought that was a street light.
No, because look, the street
Look at
lights are
this.
yellow, and you can see it at the bottom. This thing has
At
no
first,
ending.
what appears to be a shiny object can be seen high up in the sky.
They don't
Moments
just look
later,
all
an
like
airplane
Independence
passes
Day like
really
that,
close
just
to it.
kicking it on the ground and
Now, some
and
internet
maybe
users are
Cucamonga,
saying this is
California.
just a light
You know what I'm
pole
saying?
or a street pole. However, if you observe closely, that thing is really high up in the sky to be just a street pole.
What is that?
Whatever this thing is, it seems to be shining down a light, and it could be a drone. However, if we watch the video once or twice, this
Good night, Dodie
object
Nanny.
isn't moving at all. Now, I
to
have
see you,
searched the internet for more information on this and haven't found anything, which makes this even more mysterious.
This is the first time you didn't mention time.
In your opinion, what is really going on
care
here?
tonight.
And have you by any
quit caring
chance
about a
ever
lot of
seen something like this?
There you go. Thanks, Daisy Chains, for the can. We love you.
Okay, so I don't know what to think about that. I mean,
I don't know.
What
Like
do
I
you
said,
guys
I
think
thought
about
it was a
that? I
light
don't know
pole at first. Now that when he had it on his video last night, I watched. I was like, I don't know, maybe not. Who knows?
I'm not thinking it's a street light anymore, Dennis Lindsay. I'm thinking it's either CGI or maybe it's legit. I don't know, but
that thing is up there.
I'm leaning
That's
towards
way
CGI.
up there. Who knows?
Though? You know what I mean?
Who knows?
This video was filmed in Japan in 2011 and it shows a UFO flying overhead. It looks like it was filmed by passengers in a car that were stopping and watching, and this thing morphs
Bye, Jess
itself.
Josie.
It changes shape. It creates holes and openings within the
Thanks for hanging out with us. Thank you, Dancing Cat, for the cookie.
He does morph a little bit there. Look at that.
Right?
I love that. Sounds like a video game in the background. Like, what are they listening to when they're driving around?
I don't even know. Yeah, U.S. Nonsense could be Blue Beam Tech. Jimmy thinks it looked like a ship. This guy's music is something else. Alright, I'm kind of over that one.
Sounds like Mega Man in the background.
kinda
I don't
over
know
that
what's
one.
going on there.
So, yeah, I mean, that's it. So, do you want to talk about the mysterious beam of light stuff at all? Let's put us back on the screen. Before we close the
It's
show,
already
guys, we're getting ready to close the show.
11. It's up to you.
And just to let you know now, because a lot of people are going to bed. Sorry we're going so late tonight, you guys. So as far as how we're going to do scheduling and what's going to be going on from here on out, because I have Sundays and Mondays off now. I'm working the rest of the time for the foreseeable future. So what we're going to do is we're going to do Space Force News like we do every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then Monday is going to be like a grab bag with me. Sometimes it's going to be Conspiracy Couch. Call-ins, we're going to do Conspiracy Couch, various topics like we do. Sometimes it's going to be interviews. Sometimes it's going to be roundtables. Sometimes it's going to be me just chilling. We don't know. Like, it's just going to be, Mondays is going to be a grab bag for the foreseeable future. So we'll try to do couch as much as we can, because we know you guys love couch and we love couch too. But it's going to be different stuff. So this Monday, nothing's going to go on because I've got appointments and a ton of stuff I got to do. But starting next Monday, we'll start doing the grab bag on Mondays, and it'll be just different sort of stuff. So yeah, I wanted to let you guys know that there's so much stuff we needed to cover and tell you guys tonight because we've been gone for so long. So that's kind of the plan.
Oh, are we getting trolled by Russians now? That's awesome.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
I'm excited.
So allegedly the Russians are the ones that are responsible for the truck thing in Canada. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's the Russians. Yeah.
Russia.
These people are a trip, and it's not going to work out for them. Like, it's already going. It's just falling flat. Like, The whole narrative, like all of it's just falling flat. Like we're winning so much lately, it's just incredible. But I'm not gonna get like
thanks, Rapture for the cookie.
Too happy about it because we could have a dark streak again, and we need to just stay close to each other and keep up the good fight. And no matter what happens, be ready for the next thing and be ready to step out and do what we need to do to save our country and save our world and save our planet. So, but yeah, the winning's cool, dude, for sure. All right, so mysterious bright lights, Foil. What do you think?
It's up to you. This is
your
baby.
I was gonna bring my baby. Yeah. So I was gonna bring up this article about mysterious bright light. But then I started digging into mysterious bright lights. You know how that works. And then I just found all this different stuff, and my mind started going. I was looking about mysterious bright. What could be responsible for these lights? And so there's all various mysterious bright lights of all different kinds that you'll find if you go into the rabbit hole of mysterious bright lights. And so mystery bright light beam of light seen in Nottinghamshire sky. So here's something that happened recently with that. And so I started kind of looking for articles, and so I found this one. Mysterious looking light pillars have appeared in the night sky above Canada. There's been a lot of reports lately above Canada about these mystery pillars of light. So I kind of went into this article and started reading what they say, and they basically say that these lights are a pretty common atmospheric phenomena called light pillars. Although they look a lot like an aurora, they're not related to the northern lights, which are caused by electrical charged particles from space exciting atoms in the Earth's upper atmosphere, causing them to release spectacular light. Instead, light pillars occur in freezing temperatures when flat hexagonal ice crystals form lower in the atmosphere than they usually would. When this happens, the crystals essentially form a collective giant mirror that can reflect a light source, such as city and car lights, which is what's happening here. So anyway, that's kind of an explanation for some of that. But there's been a lot of weird stuff. So I found this video too. This is interesting.
So this looks like something shooting past.
Yeah, this is a trip. So check this out.
Like this might actually be a
ship. Let me get rid of us off the screen. Yeah, so I'll show you where I was going with this.
Is this a UFO leaving the Earth, making the jump to hyperspace? These are real images from the International Space Station's live feed. They show a spherical object leaving the vicinity of the Earth and traveling upwards. As the object disappears, a beam of light shoots out.
Okay, you see that beam of light? So I'm thinking, so how much of these, like there could be a whole bunch of different explanations. Thank you, Rain with him for the cookie. There could be a whole bunch of different explanations for these mystery beams of light and stuff. But I don't know. I just got stuck in this pattern of researching this stuff, and I saw this, and I thought, well, maybe some of these mystery lights could be caused by UFOs. It could be a whole number of things. I don't know. Foil, what's your thoughts on this?
Oh, I think there are multiple explanations there.
Right.
Like I said, this one looks specifically like a ship. I don't know that,
that looked like
I'm
a
sure
ship.
they do beam lights down. The pillars, now, I mean, that, like you said, that is a fairly common atmospheric phenomena.
Yeah, Insane Video shows a real-life beam of light from the sky that looks like a sci-fi movie. So here's another one. Anyway, there's just all these different beams of light seen all over the planet, different ways, different places, with different attributes to each one of these, sightings. I'm sure some of them are phenomena that's totally explainable and stuff, like the article. But then some of them really aren't, right? Or I think they blame it on some phenomena that they can describe, that they can blame it on, but that's not what it is. Kind of like how UFOs are, we're told they're, what are they, weather balloons and all these other things
swamp
like that.
gas.
So a Mars mystery beam of light photograph shining up from the planet's surface. So here's a beam of light type situation going on
now
Mars.
That is interesting.
Right? NASA's 2 rovers last week show conspiracy theorists have described as a beam of light shining up from the planet's surface. NASA has yet to issue an official explanation for the image, which has been doing the rounds of the internet since it was posted by Scott at UFO Sightings Daily on Sunday. Warren wrote on his UFO Sightings Daily website the image could prove there is intelligent life below the surface that uses light as we do. And then that kind of got me thinking about this. So this, remember this happened, didn't this happen on 9/11, Foil?
I don't know, but I know we talked about it
Where's the
here
date?
at some point.
Yeah, okay, so look at this, guys. this mysterious Tower of Light situation that happened in China. This was in China, correct? Yes.
Yes.
Happened on September 9th, right? I think this is the best example of blue beam being used on the public, okay? I think, my opinion, but I think that's the Twin Towers. And I think that's Project Bluebeam being tested on the public. This happened in China 2 days before 9/11. 2 days before 9/11. Now look at it. What does that look like to you? I see some of you haven't seen that. Pretty wild, huh? September 9th, 2021 in China. I think that's Bluebeam. I think that's the Twin Towers, guys, coming down. But anyway, that's just my opinion. So I think some of it could be blue beam. I think there's all kinds of explanations. I think some of it could be ships. Some of it could be blue beam. Some of it could be natural atmospheric phenomena. You know, I think there's all kinds of explanations. But it's interesting nonetheless. This whole, you know, there's these red pillars too that are seen in the sky all over the place. I forget all the different locations they've seen these red pillars. But these red pillars have been seen all over the place. There's not really an explanation for what these are. So anyway, just lots of weird pillars of light. I don't know, just a dig I started doing right before the show because I was looking for an article and just thought I'd kind of show you what I found and have a brief discussion about the pillars of light. And that ends my discussion about the pillars of light. All right, so what do we need to do? I need to release the scratching.
Yes, and D-Live still, if they have their thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Aurelius Locke. Yes, Jesus. And yes, US Anon. That's right. We will know. We will know. What else? What else? Do we have any other announcements? Guys, you know I'm still doing conspiracy theory trivia on Fridays. You can come over at 8 p.m. Eastern time on my channel and check that out with Tyler Koala from Journey to Truth. We have all kinds of fun, crazy stuff over there.
I forgot how to release the chest.
The scratching?
I don't even see
the chest on D-Live. Oh, I heard somebody saying they took it away on D-Live.
There's no chest on D-Live? Oh.
I don't think so.
That's lame.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's super lame. Okay, let me go over to Foxhole and release the scratching over there.
You want to put us back on the screen?
I took us off the screen? What's on the screen right now?
Red pillars of light.
Oh. Word.
We missed you too, Thumper Rose. We missed you too.
Yeah, good to see you, Thumper Rose. Alright, so where was I? Okay, I was going to the Foxhole to release the scratching. That's what I was doing. Okay, let me mute it. Thanks, guys, for the gold pill love. We really appreciate it. I just noticed what the gold pills were at. Wow.
Yes, I know.
Thanks, guys.
Right. We love you guys.
Really appreciate that a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, Wondermod says nobody has a chest on D-Live.
Release scratching. Scratching released. Okay, the scratching is officially released. There you go. Get your scratching. Get your scratching, guys. Yeah, man. Good to be back with all of you tonight. I'm telling you. Yeah,
it was fun.
I'm telling you. I mean, the last few months have been really stressful for me, but I'm coming through it now, and things are kind of starting to stabilize, and it's really good to be back. I don't know what to do without you guys. You're just a major part of my life now. I don't know what to do. Like, I just love you all so much. I love your comments. I love your insights. I love just doing what we're doing, trying to be a part of the Great Awakening and, you know, help to learn more every day and help to enlighten others, man. And I love doing it with you guys, and I love doing it with you, Foil, and I'm just so full of love tonight. Which is a good thing, right? It's not a bad thing.
Yes.
All right, so is there anything else we had to cover? We covered the grab bag. Mondays are going to be a grab bag.
No.
I really don't even know what time I'm going to lock in. So we used to do 2 to 4 on Mondays. That's what time we used to do it, but I'm not even sure what everybody's schedule is right now or who's taking what time slot and what's going on. So let me kind of get that figured out over the next week, and then I'll post an announcement on my Telegram, which is Alara of Sirius channel over on Telegram. I will post an announcement over there about what time we're going to move the Mondays to. And and of course an announcement about what kind of show we're going to be doing on each and every Monday. So there'll be nothing this Monday, but next Monday I plan on starting that back up for sure.
All right. Well, guys,
what do you got?
We know you had a lot of options tonight, so we appreciate you spending your time here with us. I already said my spiel about conspiracy theory trivia. Guys, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Get this information out there because we love giving it to you, just like the Darkling Beetles. And we'll be here. Buddy. Oh, if you want to donate directly, you can do that. There's Cash App, Venmo in the description below. Other than that, you know what to do. Meet us back here next Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern for another awesome episode of Space Force News Live. Until then, keep your eyes on the skies and stay loyal.
Say goodnight to Alarasaurus, friends. Little arms. We are your news in this dimension and the next. Good night, Space Patriots. Love you guys. Oh, no. Well, that was clean.